challenging and uncertain times we're in. Subscribe today. Learn more about bricks, industry leaders, and their market predictions for the future, along with what you might expect to see in terms of precious metal performance in the weeks and months ahead. Message and data rates may apply.
Mexico lawmakers are taking on artificial intelligence.
Earlier this week, an Albuquerque man was arrested on charges of creating child pornography. That's already a felony, but in the future, the charges could be upgraded because of his method. New Mexico Attorney General Raul Torres.
Our approach would enhance the sentence for committing those felonies if generative AI is used in connection with that felony.
In the same way that sentences are enhanced if a gun is used in the commission of a crime. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney, on a state visit to Beijing, says his country has agreed to cut its 100% tariff on Chinese electric cars in return for lower tariffs on Canadian farm products.
It's expected that within 3 years, this agreement will drive considerable Chinese investment in Canada's auto sector, creating good careers in Canada.
Carney says there will be an initial annual cap of 49,000 vehicles on Chinese EV exports to Canada, growing to about 70,000 over 5 years. YouTube is updating its guidelines for videos that contain material that may be considered controversial. YouTube saying videos that dramatize or cover issues like domestic abuse, suicide, sex abuse, and sexual harassment without graphic descriptions or imagery are now eligible for full monetization. An appliance distributor is expanding its recall of mini fridges to cover nearly 964,000 Frigidaire products after multiple fires. I'm Dave Packer, ABC News.
Recently, a seller that unfortunately ended up choosing another agent called me. She said she made a mistake, and what she was expressing to me sounded like she kind of was bullied into signing with him. Is it typical? Not always, but it will never happen when you hire a Century 21 Benefit Realty agent. I want our agents to be able to look in the mirror and say, I'd want to work with me. Not because they're good at saying what you want to hear or offer the lowest commission, but because of trust. Because if you're not feeling that from your agent, that's a problem. And I don't want that. At 1.9% on the listing side of your sale with our commission capped at $19,000, Century 21 Benefit Realty leads with a very fair and transparent commission structure with maximum marketing that can get your home sold fast and for the best price. And saving money matters, but working with someone who'll tell you exactly what you need to know up front, that creates trust. And that matters too. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Every year I make the same resolutions.
What, get rid of your husband?
Don't be silly. No, get organized, and I'm finally keeping it.
Because we're turning that cluttered closet into a custom space that actually works.
More shelves, better hanging.
Space for shoes and sanity.
Start the new year with a closet that makes your mornings easier.
It's one resolution you don't have to do alone. We'll design it with you.
Get started at InspiredClosetsMilwaukee.com.
Inspired Closets.
A wife and husband team.
When you jump on the back of a bull and the gate swings, there's no middle ground. You either ride it out with 8 seconds of pure adrenaline or hit the dirt and run. Bull riding is not just a sport, it's a gamble of guts and glory. Nothing else compares. This is the PDR Unleash the Beast Tour. See the best bull riders in the world face off at Busch Light PDR Milwaukee, presented by Cooper Tires at Fiserv Forum this weekend. Ready to be cowboy? Get your tickets at Ticketmaster. It's bull time.
Traffic is sponsored by the Amazing Mineshaft Restaurant in downtown Hartford.
Take your family to the Amazing Mineshaft Restaurant in Hartford for the all-you-can-eat Wednesday and Friday haddock fish fry. Just $8.99. That's amazing. Google the Mineshaft and reserve.
Your need-to-know cultural snapshot of Wisconsin and beyond. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. A deep dive into all things intriguing, riveting, and entertaining. Now, here's your host, Sandy Maxx.
Happy Friday. Thank you for listening to What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. A couple of shout-outs. First of all, to everybody going to Gallery Night MKE. This is the first Gallery Night of the year. All sorts of places to go. And again, one of my top tips is, because it's a little chilly out, go to the Marshall Building. That's at Water and Buffalo in the historic 3rd Ward. 7 floors, like 20 different galleries. Kind of one-stop shopping. You can get a lot going. And say hi to our friends at Gallery 218 if you go to the Marshall Building. And also a shout-out to the Milwaukee Admirals fans who are ready to go to the arena. 3rd Street Market Hall's hopping. I just saw my friend Marcus in his old-school Admirals sweater, because we don't call it a jersey, but let those cowbells clang at the UW Milwaukee Panther Arena tonight. I am psyched for a supersized episode, a bonus hour of local culture and creativity. I'm excited to welcome two guests at 7:05. Woodland Pattern is a local literary organization, since the 80s, and they're going to share their plans to move to Bayview from River West. Plus, their annual Poetry Marathon is coming, so I'm looking forward to finding out more there. And this will be a meaningful time together. Much of this January 16th episode will be a tribute to legendary broadcaster and entertainer, beloved baseball man Bob Uecker. Why? Because it was 1 year ago today that he passed away after a tough journey with cancer. And good Lord, he left us laughing in a whole lot of ways. When you think of Uecker, what moment instantly makes you smile and why? That's my question tonight. Share your memories and your feelings on the WTMJ Siding Unlimited talk and text line 855-616-1620. A funny story he told during a Milwaukee Brewers broadcast. His role as Harry Doyle in Major League, maybe the beer commercials. Mr. Belvedere, his induction speech for the Baseball Hall of Fame. That was a classic. Maybe you had an encounter with him personally. Maybe a story you heard about Bob Uecker. What makes you smile when you think of Bob Uecker? The Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line 855-616-1620. I am here with you for the next 3 hours along with producer Isaac Marquardt. So if you want to call in or text in, we'd be delighted to connect with you and celebrate Bob Uecker. Spread the word. We are celebrating the memory of Bob Uecker, and you can connect with me here up till 9 o'clock. And to mark this 1 year anniversary of losing a true legend here in Milwaukee and Wisconsin and beyond, we put together a short tribute video celebrating the legacy of Bob Uecker.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jeff Levering. To my right, entering his 10th year on the Brewers broadcast team, is Lane Grindle. And just to the right of Lane, a bouquet of flowers and a chair with Bob Uecker's name on the back. For the first time since the inaugural season in 1970, there will be a season without hearing Ueck's voice. The chair, just a symbol, but the weight of his loss is felt by everybody, not just in this booth or in the organization, but around the world. He was our mentor, but more importantly, he was our friend, and we miss him dearly. But he's always with each and every one of us in our hearts, every single day. But we'll do what you could want us to do, and that's talk Brewers baseball.
Back, here he comes, 1-2. Swing and a miss! Goodbye, Detroit! Hello, New York! Hi, Robbie
Winger! There is no one who epitomizes a champion the way this man does right here. There is no one out here. What an example for us to be with every single day. Bob Uecker.
From American Family Field here in Milwaukee on an overcast and very windy afternoon, it's the Brewers and the St. Louis Cardinals in the 2022 home opener.
You never knew when he was going to show up, but when he showed up, man, was it special to see Bob.
No question. He lit up the room. Yeah, it's really hard to be without him, but he'll live on. He won't miss a pitch, I guarantee you.
I'm one of the guys. And the pitch. Hit in the air, right and deep. Get up! Get up! Get out of here! Gone! For Garrett Mitchell! He just hit a walk-off out of here! And the Brewers have swept the New York Mets! Oh my! How do you top this one?
Oh, that video is a work of art. Text Bob, B-O-B, text Bob to watch that video created by Good Karma Brands teammate Nate Rilling. The Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line 855-616-1620. If you text the word Bob to 855-616-1620, we'll send you the link to your smartphone so you can enjoy that. It's just Boy, it's wonderful to see him again. And that's also the same number to share your Uke memories, 855-616-1620. My question is, when you think of Uke, what moment instantly makes you smile and why? I'll share mine. But in the meantime, in that video, you see Bob Uecker beaming in the locker room when manager Pat Murphy is paying Uke such great compliments about being truly baseball and epitomizing a champion. Well, I spent an evening with Pat Murphy last night. It was me and about 500 other Brewers fans, not just me and Pat, but a group of us in Brookfield at the Sharon Lynn Wilson Center. And manager Pat Murphy, an absolute joy to listen to. Baseball insights, stories, his approach to coaching. He took questions, including his memories of Bob Uecker. I'll share with you my experience next on What's on Tap.
Winter would be pretty bleak without my friends at Fleet Farm. They're my one-stop shop for everything ice fishing. My boots, bibs, augers, scoopers, rods, reels. I mean, Fleet Farm's got all the best ice fishing gear. Hook, line, and sinker. And duct tape, too, if you need it. You'll always need it. Take it from me, John Gillespie. Fleet Farm's got everything you need to gear up for a great year on the ice.
Why settle for just a job when you can have a career in the exciting automobile industry? The Auto Dealers Association of Mega Milwaukee new car dealer members have service technicians, sales, administrative, and management positions available now. The first word in career is car, and one of the best places to find a great career opportunity is at an Adam member new car dealer.
For current great paying job opportunities, visit adam.com/jobs. That's ADAMM.com/jobs.
If you missed this,
9 air shows, 7 days, absolutely incredible. And we want to welcome to the show one of our good friends, Dick Napinski. He is the Director of Communications for EAA AirVenture. Dick, good afternoon.
Or this.
I would be interviewing you years ago when it was still the Bradley Center. You were in Madison. I mean, you were everywhere. And some people just didn't get it.
Catch up on the Wisconsin's Afternoon News podcast at WTMJ.com. Presented by Dave Draycamp Heating.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ.
That right there puts a smile on my face, and it puts you in a good mood. I am Sandy Maxx here on What's on Tap, and a special episode tonight because January 16th, 2026, that marks 1 year since Bob Uecker passed away after a battle with cancer. And man, he was the voice of spring and summer for so many seasons, over 50 seasons, and celebrating his legacy and the laughter. I'm here till 9, so if you have a memory of Bob that you would like to share, the real question I'm posing is really, what makes you smile when you think of Bob Uecker? What is that makes you instantly smile, and why? So go ahead, share on the Siding Unlimited WTMJ Talk and Text line, 855-616-1620. Peter texted in, I love all the stories Bob told about his baseball career that were always filled with clever, self-deprecating humor. I always remember we used to talk about being so hot, he'd put a piece of lettuce under his cap to stay cooler. Very lo-fi temperature. Life hacks from Bob Uecker. But I also shared with you that I got to be there. I keep saying I got to spend an evening with Pat Murphy. Who wouldn't want to, especially when he's going to tell stories? But he was appearing at Brookfield's Sharon Lynn Wilson Center for the Arts last night, and it was a sold-out event. It was everything that you would want it to be. He talked about his coaching style. He talked about players. He answered questions, and he also told stories about a variety of pranks that he has been involved in. So I'll share with you first his coaching style and the players. And it really was cool. I mean, he was laid back. It was him and sportscaster Lance Allen was the moderator, just the two of them on stage. Pat was just relaxed. He's dressed in a black kind of long sleeve sweatshirt, black sweatpants, white sneakers, just, relaxed and chill and really personable. Like anytime somebody asked a question, he'd ask them to stand up in the audience, talk to them back and forth a bit, and made all of us feel comfortable. So he certainly wasn't nervous, but it really was a lot of baseball fans, because sometimes if you've ever been to an event and there's a Q&A, they can kind of go off point. Everybody had good baseball questions, and it was just great to hear how humble and genuine Pat Murphy is. And I know I'm not really surprising you, but just he's true blue. And when he was at the beginning of the conversation talking about how other teams see the Brewers and that other managers he talks to and everybody sees the Brewers play their hearts out, and that Pat Murphy is proud of what his team did. He said these guys did a lot with less, because think about it, the Cubs are upping their salaries and we're doing a lot with not that level. And the Dodgers just added somebody else to their stellar team. So he's very proud of that. And he also says that aware, hungry players make managers look good. He said that means I could just sit here and eat pancakes, so he just has a great sense of humor. And he says that the key to his coaching, but he doesn't even phrase it like that, but you get the impression that really he makes it about the player. And he sees all these players as part of the team, but as human beings, and recognizes that all of us, as a person, we want to be loved, we want to have a place to belong, we want to be important. And he said that his formula is love and discipline. Sometimes it's even, and he shoots straight. He says, I have to tell you the truth as I see it. And then he says, I'm wrong all the time. And, that gets a laugh, but he knows how to talk to players and he puts the players first. He even said that if he's really emotional, he'll back off because at that point it's about him and his reaction instead of actually being able to coach one of the players. So it was really, really cool to hear his approach and his kindness and consideration. And I'll tell you some players that he absolutely pointed out and loved because we're, shouting out different names. Loves Jackson Churio. How usually when there are nicknames for players, you just put a Y on the end, like Brawny, that kind of thing. Churio, he calls Jack. And somebody asked, what do you think of him? And he said, hey, if you've got a rookie card, keep it. Put it in a safe. That was his quote. He said, Churio hasn't even scratched the surface at age 21. And he always rises to the occasion. So, he's a big Jackson Churio fan, and that's cool. And he did call him in Venezuela. He has spoken with him. He's okay. He'll be playing World Ball there. As for Jacob Mizorowski, the Miz, he calls him Forrest Gump. Just a young kid, he said. But here's what I also thought was really an interesting insight. He's such a nice fella. He comes across as such a nice young man in all the interviews that we've seen. And he was just part of a Parkinson's disease event recently at Central Standard. Murph says, I was not easy on him. I wasn't nice to him. He doesn't need that. What he needs is to get educated on how to pitch that ball, and that 103 miles per hour is impressive. And as Murph says, it sells tickets. Chicks dig the long ball. We like a fast pitch too. But he said it's how you throw it. And that's what he's developing. It's that educated throw that counts, and he's developing. And the line that got everybody is Murph said that Miz is like a baby giraffe. Which I think if you think about it, he's this tall, gangly player, but he's got an incredible athlete who's got a lot of potential. And then, I adore Sal Frelick. And somebody finally asked a question about Sal, and he couldn't say enough about Sal Frelick. He said, he lists out all the ways he's great. He says, Sal is such a joy. I love him. He's a gamer. He's about all the right stuff, but I love to hammer him. And he gives him grief all the time, but Sal can take it. And he just told some great stories about different ways that he played pranks. And I'm telling you, this is the first of 5 appearances around the state for an evening with Pat Murphy. And he really does seem to enjoy connecting with the crowd. I sketched it out here. The other dates that he is going to be Sunday in Eau Claire at the Pablo Center at the Confluence, Monday in Wausau at the Grand Theater, and Tuesday in Green Bay at the Epic Center. I would say sniff around and look into that, because anytime you have a chance to get a relaxed Pat Murphy telling stories and enjoying really talking baseball, but also really talking about human connection, it was a joy. So stay with me, because I'm going to share with you Pat's memories of Bob Uecker, and also, if I have time, I'll tell you at least one of the pranks that he has pulled on his own teammates. That's coming up next on What's on Tap.
Sniffles and sneezes got you down? GoodRx is here to help with big savings on commonly prescribed cold and flu meds. GoodRx is free and easy to use. GoodRx is accepted at all major pharmacies like CVS, Walmart, and Walgreens. Just search your prescription, find a coupon, Then show your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx is not insurance, but it works whether you have insurance or not. If you do, GoodRx may beat your copay price. Download the free app or visit goodrx.com to save today.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times?
You're playing the lute. Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
If you've been thinking about a makeover for your kitchen cabinets, let me tell you why now is the perfect time. During the New Year New Kitchen event at Redo Cabinets, you'll get 75% off installation with every remodeling project, plus no interest and no payments until 2027. That's right, 2027. It's Redo Cabinets' best offer of the year. You'll transform your existing kitchen with a fresh new look and premium products made right here in the USA. Quickly transform your dated kitchen without the hassle, the stress, and the cost of a full remodel with premium cabinet refacing in just days. Learn about the options, the colors, the styles, the accessories, and the savings. The Redo Cabinets New Year New Kitchen event is on now. Get 75% off installation, plus no interest or payments until 2027. Call today for a free, no-obligation consultation. Call 414-677-6417. That's 414-677-6417. Or visit redocabinets.com. This year, don't replace, reface with Redo Cabinets.
Hey, John Mercure here for Mend Studios. You deserve to feel better. You deserve to feel healthy. You deserve to feel great about yourself. Mend Studios has a long-term wellness as the goal. That's how they're going to do it. That's how they're going to take care of you. I know and trust the therapists at Mend Studio. They customize every single treatment, and they've got multiple locations. They're in Mequon and Brookfield, both convenient, both easy to get to. Start at the website, mendstudio.com. I never feel better than I do after a session at Mend. Mendstudio.com.
Point taken with Scafidi and Bry.
I don't think I can do X anymore. Like, this might be actually the last straw. Like, I already barely go on there. But this is so gross, and it also just opens this entire door as far as where is legislation on what these platforms can do.
I guess my message would be better. But at some point, Elon Musk shouldn't run Twitter. He shouldn't own Twitter. And maybe at some point there's some karma on this stuff. I don't know. But right now, this is dangerous.
Weekdays from 10 to noon on WTMJ. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx.
Come see what's brewing. Come see what the good times are.
Ah, baseball. And Bob Uecker, pretty much synonymous, Mr. Baseball. And it was on January 16th, 2025, that Bob Uecker passed away after a battle with cancer and just left his mark in so many ways, in so many good ways, with laughter, with a lot of his charity that went unmentioned on purpose. He did a lot of good for a lot of people, but think of all the laughs and joy that he gave for his decades as the broadcaster for your Milwaukee Brewers, plus an entertainer in Major League. And Mr. Belvedere, so much. So I'm here till 9 on What's on Tap, but with a bonus hour and celebrating the legacy of Bob Uecker. And my question is, when you think of Bob Uecker, what immediately puts a smile on your face? Share your memories, your feelings about Bob Uecker with me on the Siding Unlimited WTMJ Talk and Text line 855-616-1620. And I got the chance to go to an evening with Pat Murphy, an event last night in Brookfield at the Wilson Center. And me and about 500 other Brewers fans got the chance to really, it was like Uncle Pat, like listen to Pat Murphy telling stories about his relationship with different teammates, his relationship with Matt Arnold, which is good and collaborative. So really inside baseball, but it was playful and we had a lot of fun. He answered questions and it was very sweet. There was an 8-year-old boy named Rory who asked what his favorite memories of Bob Uecker are. And Pat's answer was seeing Ueck at spring training, talking to every player, every single one. Minor leaguers, major leaguers, he took the time with every player. And the ones who were just coming up, one-on-one, he would have done his research. He had a genuine interest and really valued, I think it's that ball player connection. You know, like he really appreciated other ball players. And you know, every single player that he talked with, they now have that special, precious memory, that one-on-one time. But that really left a an impression on Pat Murphy. And when you hear Pat Murphy talk, he really does embody that as well. He treats his players like humans. He says, as athletes, we have a tough job. There's a lot of hard work, but you also have to have fun. He compared it. His approach is like holding an egg. If you hold it too tight, you break the egg. And that's me. I can get a little intense. So it was nice to hear okay, relax and enjoy it and have fun where you can while still taking your job seriously. And Bob Uecker and Pat Murphy, remember they used to do the managers show pregame together. And Pat said that they would get that done in about, 5 or 10 minutes, one take only. And then they would sit around and have a laugh, talk about all kinds of stuff and make the media wait, just stretch out their time so they could hang out together and talk baseball, which was fun. And then of the many pranks that were mentioned, for example, I would love to elaborate. I could talk all hour, but it's better to hear Pat Murphy tell them. But Pat Murphy was telling everybody that he had convinced Aaron Ashby, do you remember him? That he had fixed the sausage races. And Ashby was like, okay, can you get chorizo to win? So it was this whole story. It was really funny. And there just so many different stories. But he also told us that Bob Uecker, and I don't know that I ever noticed this, his last season at spring training, and you always had the different sponsors. And his last season, he always made up a fake sponsor, like Maxine's Tire and Bakery in Glendale, Arizona. And he would come up with these silly sponsors and have Jeff Levering and Lane Grindle and Kent Sommerfeld in that booth just in tears laughing. And now I want to go back and see if I can find those. But that is just so very Bob Uecker, and always fast with the one-liners and clever, but also can be very silly and incredibly entertaining. So love to hear your memories of Bob Uecker. The Siding Unlimited, WTMJ Talk and Text Line, 855-616-1620. And really, I can't recommend enough the chance to spend an evening with Pat Murphy. He's making a few more stops around the state. Eau Claire on Sunday at the Pablo Center at the Confluence. Monday, he'll be in Wausau at the Grand Theater, and Tuesday at the Epic Center in Green Bay. So sniff around and look up those tickets. I think you'll be glad you did. It's great to get those insights. And I may pepper in some more of those funny pranks that Pat Murphy shared as we get closer to baseball time. But again, when you think of Uecker, what moment instantly makes you smile and why? Siding Unlimited, WTMJ, Talk and Text Line 855-616-1620. Stay with me on What's on Tap as we remember the legacy and laughs from Bob Uecker on this 1-year anniversary of his passing.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA, founder of the Neal Group and best-selling author on how to have less stress with the IRS. Happy New Year. Hopefully you enjoyed the holidays and spent time relaxing. Now it's tax time. I know. It's not the most wonderful time of the year, wondering if you are getting a refund or owe, waiting for all the forms to come, and wondering what is deductible. Control the situation instead of letting it control you. Let us help you understand all the new tax laws, how they affect you, and how to take advantage of them. Last year, we helped Janet and Norm go from owing $43,000 to getting a $500 refund. We can help you, too. The first meeting is free. Call now, 414-325-2040, or visit nealgroup.net. You earned it. We help you keep it. That's 414-325-2040 or nealgroup.net.
My overall experience with Gruber Law Offices has been phenomenal.
The treatment was excellent.
They will be supportive of you. They will listen to you.
It was a great experience knowing that I had people to help me.
I know I could count on them to do what I needed to get done.
Experience with Gruber was great.
They gave me my life back.
It was amazing.
He gets results.
We know how to win. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Gruber Law Offices had my best interests at heart.
Start the new year right with Norwalk Furniture on sale now at Ken Michaels Furniture. Save 35% on showroom pieces that are ready for immediate delivery, or in just 35 days, you can create a look that reflects your unique style with over 850 fabric and leather options and comfort levels, from cuddling to extra firm support. Norwalk Furniture's American roots go back over 102 years. For better quality American-made upholstery, shop the Norwalk Upholstery Sale at any Ken Michaels Furniture locations in Greenfield, Brookfield, or downtown. Better days start with a better night's sleep on a mattress from Milwaukee Mattress and Ken Michaels Furniture. Handcrafted in Milwaukee, our mattresses are custom built to your needs. We have all the comfort and firmness options to give you your best night's rest. Buying direct from our factory showrooms will save you up to 50% compared to national brands. Shop today during our New Year's sale at Ken Michaels Furniture for over 75 years of uncompromising quality, local factory direct saving, and your best night's sleep.
Hey, WTMJ's John Merck here. New year, new great places to check out in the state of Wisconsin. New people to meet. New places to take your family. New romantic getaways. I hope you'll join me on Saturdays at 1 o'clock for Experience Wisconsin. We'll check out some of those very cool places, the best and brightest. On this week's show, Lake Geneva and Hayward Lakes. Wow, they've got a lot of cool stuff going on. I hope you will join us. It's Experience Wisconsin, Saturdays at 1, right here on 620 WTMJ. We'll get you all set for the new stuff in the new year.
What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx is back on WTMJ.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob Uecker. Good to have you back.
I never left after last season. Thank you guys for unlocking the door.
We are remembering Bob Uecker on What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. Handcrafted, homegrown, world-class. Discover more at visitmilwaukee.org. When you think of Ueck, what moment instantly makes you smile and why? Asking that question on the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line 855-616-1620. It's those moments on the baseball broadcast and that self-deprecating humor that seems to resonate with a lot of people. And we're talking about Bob because it was on this day last year that Bob Uecker passed away after battling cancer, but left a legacy of laughs. And I'd love to know the impact Ueck has had on you. And producer Isaac Marquardt with me this evening. Isaac, what do you think of when you say Ueck?
Okay, so the thing that I think of was one of his on-screen appearances, but not the traditional one that everyone thinks of. You're familiar with the movie Monsters, Inc.?
Yes.
So there's a Monsters, Inc. TV show on Disney Plus that I'm a big Monsters, Inc. fan, so I had to check it out.
Sully and Mike Wazowski. I'm on board.
Yeah. In the first or second episode, Sully and Mike are like watching Mike's nephew for the day, and they take him to a baseball game where one of the commentators at the game is a monster named Bob Uecker, who is played by Bob Uecker.
I was just going to say, it's actually his voice,
yes,
right?
It's actually him.
And see, it just goes to show what a sense of humor he had. Are there any as memorable Harry Doyle lines as Bob Uecker in the Monsters, Inc. TV show?
Not that I remember, but I was so taken aback by the fact that Bob Uecker was there.
That is funny, and that is a moment that instantly makes you smile.
Yes, absolutely.
855-616-1620, the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line. Share what makes you smile when you think of Bob Uecker. And I got the chance to chat with some of my friends in my circle after being a Milwaukee Brewers in-game host for 5 seasons and getting to actually work with Bob Uecker. I got to know some people through that experience, and we start this tribute with a fella I worked with the Brew Crew, Tim Shea.
When I hear the name Bob Uecker, an instant smile comes to my face. I could listen to him talk about baseball all day long if I could. Having the pleasure to work with him for 4 years, every joke and every story that he would tell ended in laughter and tears.
When I hear the name Bob Uecker, I smile. And I know he's known as Mr. Baseball, but for me, he's known as Mr. Joy.
I'm Bob Brainerd, and when I was covering the Brewers for Fox Sports Wisconsin, I wanted to avoid an exchange with Bob Uecker that had us going, Bob. So whenever I did cross paths with Ueck, I would nod and acknowledge him with a Robert. Well, he would grin and return with a, hey, Bobby. And that always made my day.
Hi there, this is Susan Varela. I'm the executive director at Skylight Music Theater here in Milwaukee. And the first thing I think of when I hear the name Bob Uecker is the movie Major League. I was actually cast in the movie, and when I went home to tell my parents, my dad said, well, who's in the movie? And I said, well, Renee Russo and Corbin Burnson and Charlie Sheen. And he was like, uh-huh. And I said, Bob Uecker? And he went, Bob Uecker? That's when he was impressed. It was a thrill to be on set with him and watch his work from afar. I'm still a fan.
What comes to mind most is his home run call. Get up,
Get up. Get out of here. Gone.
I think of great baseball players drink light because it's less filling. I know, I asked one. As well as, I must be in the front row.
First thing that comes to mind is his sense of humor. I mean, how many times did he kill it on the Johnny Carson show? And then playing George Owens on Mr. Belvedere while being Mr. Baseball at the same time? And still going strong after 51 years? Wow.
Hi, this is Tony Award winner Anthony Crivello. Bob Uecker. Next to the Crusher, the man who made Milwaukee famous, known across all of media as Mr. Baseball. When I hear the name Bob Uecker, what comes to mind? There's too many things to mention. Everything from Usinger sausages to his breaking in with the Braves in Milwaukee in 1962. To his special Bob Uecker statue, permanently enshrined in AmFam Field in Section 422. Bob, the city of Milwaukee and all of baseball fans owe you so much. God bless, Bob. We all love you.
John Suntress here. Always been a fan. What I've always loved about you is, even as a Cub fan, and I don't want to upset Milwaukee listeners because I know the last thing you want to hear is from an Illinois person, but it's always been a pleasure listening to you do Brewer games. You're one of a kind, man.
When I hear the name Bob Uecker, I think of a lot of things like Harry Doyle, just a bit outside, Miller Lite commercials, must be in the front row, and the countless, I think 100 times or more that he appeared on the Johnny Carson show. Deadpan delivery, comic genius. Just love Bob Uecker. And of course, being an old dude, I remember Bob Uecker as a baseball player. I was a big St. Louis Cardinal fan, and only one time a year could we make the long trip to St. Louis to see a ball game, and I would look in the paper and I'd try to figure out the starting rotation and who was going to be pitching that day, and I kept hoping and hoping and hoping that it would not be Bob Uecker. I was a big Tim McCarver fan, and I wanted to see the starting lineup. I didn't want to see any of the subs coming in, and at that time, of course, he was a sub. But Bob Uecker, what a life, what a legend. His photo with Bob Gibson in 1964, the team photo, he's holding hands with Bob Gibson. Hilarious. Someday they'll do a movie about you, Bob, and I think they should call it Tuba in the Outfield.
When I hear the name Bob Uecker, I think of one word: funny. Born and raised in Milwaukee, I listen to Brewers games on WTMJ with Merle Harmon and Bob Uecker like everybody else. And I wondered why Bob would tell rambling stories about his time in baseball and other things that happened in his life. Then years later, I saw him on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, and those very same stories were polished, and he delivered them with his dry wit and sense of humor that he had, and the place went nuts. I know how much hard work went into it, so it helped me as a professional comedian see behind the scenes of what goes into being funny. And every time I've seen him, whether on TV, on the WWF WrestleMania, on his sitcom Mr. Belvedere, he was always funny. He's natural, he's got it in him, and to play Major League Baseball on top of that is a real achievement. Bob Uecker is a treasure, not only for Milwaukee, but for the United States of America.
There you go. Thanks to all of my Ueck fan pals for sharing. Tim, Denise, Bob, Susan, Stephanie, Jason, Kelly, Anthony, John, Ricky, Wayne, Dobie. The list goes on and on. Those are just the ones who sent in their messages. It is your turn. The Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line is 855-616-1620. When you think of Ueck, what moment instantly makes you smile and why? Share 855-616-1620. And you heard Ricky Wayne there say, if there was a movie made about you, this is the title of it. I've got an update on the Uecker documentary being made by a local film collective and where to see Uecker on the big screen. That's next on What's on Tap.
This winter, treat yourself or someone you love to a getaway right here in Milwaukee. Milwaukee Hotel Month is coming with up to 25% off stays from January 14th through February 28th. From cozy boutique hideaways to modern downtown favorites, you'll find the perfect place for any kind of getaway. Enjoy world-class theater, inspiring museums, and award-winning dining, all paired with a warm, welcoming place to unwind after a full day of exploring the Brew City. Check in, chill out, and make winter feel a world away at visitmilwaukee.org/hotelmonth.
Winter would be pretty bleak without my friends at Fleet Farm. They're my one-stop shop for everything ice fishing. My boots, bibs, augers, scoopers, rods, reels. I mean, Fleet Farm's got all the best ice fishing gear. Hook, line, and sinker. And duct tape, too, if you need it. You'll always need it. Take it from me, John Gillespie. Fleet Farm's got everything you need to gear up for a great year on the ice.
We demand a lot of our shoulders and hands, our hips and knees, our backs and feet. They do life's heavy lifting, so we owe them the greatest attention in return. The Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network provides expert orthopedic and spine care to help you move, lift, turn, and reach with the most possible ease. Whether you have a sports-related injury or a nagging condition that just won't go away, excellence should always be an option. So we make our care available in nearby locations and offer same-day ortho and spine appointments when relief can't wait. It's how to recover quicker, prevent small concerns from becoming big ones, and solve complex issues with the expertise you can only get with academic medicine. We're given just one body, so let's tend to it, check in on it. Let's give it the greatest of care, because when it's tuned up and injury-free, we can always be pushing ahead. To learn more about our nationally recognized orthopedic and spine care, visit freighter.com/ortho.
If you're going to put some of your hard-earned profits into advertising, you better do it right, because we know you don't want to waste a dime. If you want ad success, it's not just knowing what to say, it's knowing how to say it. Telling isn't selling, and a message that doesn't sell will waste your money. With thousands of ads of experience, we know what to say and how to say it to get you better results. Go to Anderson-Smith.com's Our Work page to listen and see why we're the guys smart advertisers call to make their ad dollars work harder. We found that whatever kind of ad you decide to run, if it doesn't sell, it's a bad ad. One thing we're pretty good at is digging deep to find what truly sets our clients apart from their competition. And we're always surprised at what we find and have often asked, well, why haven't you been telling the public that? There are things about your business that you aren't telling enough people, and certainly not often enough. We'll fix that. Go to Anderson-Smith.com and hit the Contact Us button, because we help small business advertisers get better results.
Welcome back to What's on Tap on WTMJ.
I want to find that tape. We got to find that tape. We'd be better off listening to adhesive tape.
Remembering Bob Uecker, 1 year since he passed away, a life well lived for sure, and a reputation as a kind, down-to-earth, lifelong Milwaukeean. And there is a documentary in progress about Bob Uecker, simply titled Uke. The September Club is a film collective here in Milwaukee, and the production team of Steve Farr and Michael T. Volman, they visited me when they first started this project. They have a lot of footage from the past few seasons. They followed Uke at spring training, at American Family Field, and on the road, and there are a lot of interviews with his family and friends, and this is co-producer Michael T. Volman.
That's been a really fun process, just trying to find as much as we can from all the things he's done. Johnny Carson, Belvedere Show, he's done all these, the Miller Lite ads that really kind of made him pop, definitely in pop culture. He did Saturday Night Live. I mean, countless shows. He was just kind of all over television. And the fascinating thing was that, like I'm from Milwaukee, and so it's almost as if like an old friend that you knew from the old days, and he like goes out and becomes a star. You kind of always think of him as like the hometown guy, and like you kind of take for granted how sort of what a pop phenomenon he is.
And how do you choose which clips make the cut for the film when there are so very many? Is it the ones that make you laugh the most? The ones maybe it might be more rare?
I mean, the truth is we still have a lot more culling down to do.
I'll bet.
I mean, it's funny. When we were doing some interviews with Bob at his house, and like Michael said, Judy's always kind of close by, making sandwiches or something, and she came out with this grocery bag, brown paper bag, just full of VHS tapes, and she said, "Well, there's stuff in here. There's a lot of stuff in here you might want to look at." And so we did, and it was a little bit of everything. It was Belvedere, and it was Tonight Show episodes, and a little bit of home movies, and
even like Admiral's commercials, local stuff.
And it wasn't like labeled really very well. So it was kind of, you put the tape in and just we'll see what it's going to be, and it's a treasure trove of kind of fun stuff.
That is the voice of Steve Farr, and before him you heard Michael T. Volman, the two producers of the upcoming documentary Uke. The update, the team is in the thick of editing, and I connected with them. They're like, it's not the right time to give an update today, but they will visit me on What's on Tap as soon as they have an update on the next steps of the documentary Uke. So I will definitely keep you updated. In the meantime, Where can you see Bob Uecker? Maybe the Major League films. Major League is streaming on Paramount Plus, a true classic. And circle your calendar. February 6th is when you can see Major League on the big screen at the Oriental Theater on the East Side. That's February 6th. Major League 2, you can look for it on Prime Video and Amazon. And if you're really desperate, but you can still see Bob Uecker in it. Major League 3 doesn't have a great reputation, but you can stream it on the Roku channel and Tubi. And how about Mr. Belvedere? You can find all 6 seasons for free on YouTube. 1985 through 1990, a time capsule there. And I found out in my research on Mr. Belvedere, in true Uke fashion, the show won 1 Emmy. Not for Uke, for lighting design. So get your Uke fix however you'd like to. We'll definitely be playing more audio, and I'd love to know your memories. Citing Unlimited WTMJ Talk and Text line 855-616-1620. Share a memory of Uke that makes you smile. Hear Bob Uecker sing next on What's on Tap.
Brewers mini ticket plans for the 2026 season are available now with 6-game, 12-game, and build-your-own plan options. You can pick or build the best plan for your schedule, whether you're gearing up for tailgates under the sun, the thrill of the home runs, or the eruptions of walk-off wins. Brewers mini plans have you covered for the 2026 season with specially discounted ticket rates and more exclusive perks in each plan. Check out all the mini plan options available for 2026 now at brewers.com/ticket plans.
I'm Dr. Jasmine Zapata, Chief Medical Officer for Community Health at the Wisconsin Department of Health Services. Every year in the U.S., about 21,000 lung cancer deaths are caused by radon, an odorless, tasteless, and colorless gas. 1 in 10 Wisconsin homes has high levels of radon. Does yours? Call 1-888-LOW-RADON or visit lowradon.org to learn more. Test, fix, save a life.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Kristen Bry, and if you're in the market for a new dentist, you should check out my dentist, Dr. James Michaels at Economwalk Dental Care. Dr. Michaels is committed to providing you with the highest level of care possible. I can assure you that he will prioritize your needs, no matter how sensitive, just like he did with mine. And also, he will be honest with you about what work you need now and what can wait. So whether you need a simple cleaning and exam, a teeth whitening, a more complex dental procedure, Economwalk Dental Care is always there to make you feel as comfortable as possible and give you and your family an amazing smile. And dental care doesn't have to break the bank. Dr. Michael's fantastic staff can set you up with a no-interest payment plan. Listen, we all have to go to the dentist, so don't put it off any longer. Call and make an appointment today with my dentist, Dr. James Michaels at Economwalk Dental Care. You can find him at drmichaelsdentalcare.com or give him a call at 262-567-7224.
The 6th annual Hales Corners Hometown Boat Show is on now at MW Marine. Check out the newest fishing boats from Lund, Vexus, and Ranger, all powered by Mercury Outboards. Grab a gorgeous 2026 model or save big on remaining 2025 Mercury-powered boats with substantial rebates. Demand is high, so get to MW Marine today. Free parking and free admission. Don't miss the Hometown Boat Show at MW Marine, MWMarine.com.
Hey, this is WTMJ Steve Scaffidi. Have you listened to WTMJ Outdoors yet? Well, what are you waiting for? Every Saturday at 2 right here on 620 WTMJ, we celebrate the best of Wisconsin outdoors, from hunting to fishing, rock climbing, ATVs. This week, even though it's the dead of winter here in Wisconsin and the great beyond, we're talking about ice fishing. Joining us from Minocqua, the owner of Raleigh and Helen's Muskie Shop, talking fishing, ice fishing here in Wisconsin.
It's WTMJ Outdoors, presented by Outdoor Living Unlimited. You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ. And now, feast your ears. This is the song you need to hear.
Most blokes are going to be playing at 10. These go to 11.
Hi, this is Tony Award winner Anthony Crivello. Bob Uecker, known across all of media as Mr. Baseball. Bob sang on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson on October 8th, 1986. My kind of town, Chicago is. Even Sinatra couldn't top this one.
My kind of town.
My kind of town?
Yeah. My kind of town, Chicago is. My kind of town, Chicago is. My kind of people, too. People who smile at you, and each Chicago is calling me home. And like I said, I don't want to do the whole song.
Please don't. Please don't.
October 7th.
We've only been in
October 17th?
17th.
Bowling for me. But you're not trained as a professional singer. It's quite goes without saying.
Like I said, I don't have my accompanist.
Of course.
I've only been in rehearsal for 6 weeks, so I was a little rough. And he missed a couple of notes. So.
Anyway, we'll all look forward. Some of us will look forward to it.
Well, I get better as the show goes on too.
Well, sure, sure. But you do what? 1 or 2 numbers?
I do actually 4 numbers.
You got to be kidding. You've got to be kidding.
4 numbers, and yeah, it's record label people are calling already.
I'll bet you they are.
I asked to put my feet in the cement down at some Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
And, boy, it's so hard dodging those cars in the street.
A highlight of over 100 appearances Bob Uecker made on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, because Carson was just as entertained and charmed by Uecker as many of us are. I'm Sandy Maxx, the baseball song inspired by Uecker, by this Wisconsin musician and Whammy Hall of Famer.
Hey, this is Willie Porter. I'm so grateful that I grew up listening to baseball on the radio with my dad in the garage, working on old race cars and all kinds of house projects. That was my introduction really to what baseball could be, how people could see it. And the game was made visual by Bob Uecker's voice as it came into our garage as we worked on these projects together. I'll forever be grateful for that. Bob, you're an American treasure.
Had a Chevy V8 with Naugahyde seats. Family station wagon, 1973. Driving to the store, Bob Uecker calling the place. Just a 9-year-old kid, my dad had nothing to say, nothing. I asked him, what do we need? He said, I don't know. Well, why did we drive to Sears? He said, it's good to hear some baseball on the radio. And for now, your mother's not here. For now, mother's not here. We had baseball on the radio. Baseball on the radio. It'll unwind your mind. You can let it all go. Baseball on the radio. Now we're planting some shrubs. My kids are working for cash. Radio says the pitcher just brushed him back. Just a little chin music backed him out of the box. Uecker's weaving a story like he's knitting some socks. Yeah. Well, the book is always better than the movie. I see the pitch in my mind as it goes. Spilled paint in the garage and it's clean up triage. 2-1, come on, Brewers, let's go. 2-1, come on, Brewers, let's go. Get up, get out of here, gone. The ball lit up, vanished like a song. Now everybody's laughing, dancing along. Baseball on the radio. Yeah, baseball on the radio. Baseball on the radio. Baseball on the radio. If I'm feeling down, nothing brings me around like baseball on the radio. Makes America great, it's sliding for home plate. Jazz and blues and rock and roll. It's a big old pot of crab gumbo with a neighbor that you really don't know.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1-day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's 4 walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
Since 1956, the Adair name has stood for craftsmanship, honesty, and taking care of people the right way. I'm Austin Adair.
And I'm Chelsea.
My grandparents started this company with nothing but hard work and pride in every single job. My parents carried that legacy forward, and today, my wife and I are proud to continue it as third generation of Adair Floors and Remodeling. This isn't just a business to us. It is our family name, our reputation, and our promise to you. At Adair Floors and Remodeling, we help homeowners upgrade with confidence. Whether you need luxury vinyl plank, hardwood, carpet, tile, or a full remodel, our team handles everything from design to installation. Quality products, professional crews, clear communication, and results you'll love. That's what 3 generations have built and what we stand behind every single day. Visit Adair Floors and Remodeling today at our large showroom located in Franklin, or give us a call at 414-761-3660 for a free estimate. Adair Floors and Remodeling. 3 generations, 1 standard.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and newnordicusa.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
Shop the January New Year's sale on better quality furniture and mattresses at Ken Michaels Furniture.
ABC News. I'm Dave Packer. A federal probe has been launched into 2 Minnesota leaders. ABC's Matt Rivers is in Minneapolis with the latest.
Multiple sources telling ABC News that a federal investigation has now been opened into Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, looking into whether they may have obstructed law enforcement activity here in the state. The governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz, responding, saying in part, weaponizing the justice system and threatening political opponents is a dangerous authoritarian tactic.
President Trump believes the Iranian regime will not go through with the planned execution of hundreds of protesters.
After a brutal crackdown in Iran and President Trump vowing help is on the way, he's now thanking the regime, posting, "I greatly respect the fact that all scheduled hangings which were to take place yesterday, over 800 of them, have been cancelled by the leadership of Iran." Now, it's not possible to verify the president's claims, and in a sign that the crisis may not have passed, the Pentagon expected to send more military assets to the Middle East.
ABC chief foreign correspondent Ian Pannell. A month after a recall of tens of thousands of bags of radioactive frozen shrimp from Indonesia, a new intelligence bulletin saying other imports could be contaminated for the foreseeable future, such as spices and even sneakers. The Northeast is hunkering down for a weekend winter snowstorm and plunging temperatures. ABC meteorologist Lee Goldberg.
The coastal storm on Sunday comes out of the southeast with the snow in Florida and southern Georgia, rain along the east coast, but then spreads snow in the northeast, basically east of I-95. For everyone, it's cold after that.
The CDC blaming flu for at least 32 pediatric deaths this season. At least 15 pediatric deaths reported just this week, and about 90% of kids that have died were unvaccinated. Among all age groups, there have been about 18 million cases and more than 9,000 deaths this season so far. 33 states reporting very high or high levels of flu activity. You're listening to ABC News.
It's 2026, not 2006. Your antivirus shouldn't feel like a dial-up. WebRoot Essentials protects your new and old devices without slowing them down. It scans 6 times faster, uses 33 times less space, and it's ranked #1 against Norton, McAfee, basically all the usual suspects. And right now, you can get an exclusive 60% off when you go to webroot.com/offer. Lock in the smarter, lighter, faster protection your devices deserve and get WebRoot Essentials today. That's webroot.com/offer for 60% off.
I've been telling you all about the secret war on our cash and the free report you can receive a copy of by contacting Swiss America at 800-289-2646. I'd also like to encourage you to subscribe to their podcast on YouTube. Just search Swiss America Trading. The podcast can provide you a ton of vital information and financial news in the challenging and uncertain times we're in. Subscribe today. Learn more about BRICS, industry leaders, and their market predictions for the future, along with what you might expect to see in terms of precious metal performance in the weeks and months ahead. Message and data rates may apply.
President Trump's stop this week at a Ford plant in Michigan has ignited a fight with the United Auto Workers.
The car industry is exciting, and
it was a carefully staged event with President Trump shaking hands on a factory floor. But after the photo op, a Ford worker appeared to shout "pedophile protector" as Trump passed by, prompting the president to flash an obscene gesture and utter an expletive, according to TMZ. The worker was reportedly fired, but his union is standing behind him. The UAW posting that, quote, "workers should never be subjected to vulgar language or behavior by anyone, including the President of the United States." Jim Ryan, ABC News.
New details in the case against Nick Reiner, who's charged with murdering his parents, Rob and Michelle Reiner.
The New York Times reports in 2020, Reiner was placed in a year-long mental health conservatorship, meaning a judge determined he had a grave disability, unable to provide for his basic personal needs because of a mental health disorder, allowing him to be involuntarily held for psychiatric treatment.
ABC's Trevor Ault. OpenAI wants to further monetize its ChatGPT. The company plans to run ads at the bottom of answers for ChatGPT users who aren't paying for the premium version. The startup is losing more money than it makes. This weekend, NASA will be rolling out its Space Launch System rocket and the Orion spacecraft for the Artemis II mission. That's what will eventually take astronauts back to the moon for the first time in more than 50 years. Dave Packer, ABC News.
Recently, a seller that unfortunately ended up choosing another agent called me. She said she made a mistake, and what she was expressing to me sounded like she kind of was bullied into signing with him. Is it typical? Not always, but it will never happen when you hire a Century 21 Benefit Realty agent. I want our agents to be able to look in the mirror and say, "I'd want to work with me," not because they're good at saying what you want to hear or offer the lowest commission, but because of trust. Because if you're not feeling that from your agent, that's a problem, and I don't want that. At 1.9% on the listing side of your sale with our commission capped at $19,000, Century 21 Benefit Realty leads with a very fair and transparent commission structure with maximum marketing that can get your home sold fast and for the best price. And saving money matters, but working with someone who will tell you exactly what you need to know up front, that creates trust. And that matters too. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Every year I make the same resolutions.
What, get rid of your husband?
Don't be silly. No, get organized, and I'm finally keeping it.
Because we're turning that cluttered closet into a custom space that actually works.
More shelves, better hanging.
Space for shoes and sanity.
Start the new year with a closet that makes your mornings easier.
It's one resolution you don't have to do alone. We'll design it with you.
Get started at InspiredClosetsMilwaukee.com.
Inspired Closets.
A wife and husband team.
Hey, this is WTMJ Steve Scavidi. If you're about to or just considering selling your business, you're likely experiencing a flood of questions and new priorities. In this new interactive webinar, Annex Wealth Management's Anthony Malachnik and Brian Lamborn will join me, Steve Scavidi, discussing many of the key questions you may be asking, including who you should consult with, what tasks you should prioritize, and when you're ready to make that move. Join me, Steve Scavidi, Anthony, and Brian for this informative webinar. Go to annexwealth.com, click on the events tab to join.
Your need-to-know cultural snapshot of Wisconsin and beyond. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. A deep dive into all things intriguing, riveting, and entertaining. Now, here's your host, Sandy Maxx.
Welcome to the second hour of this supersized episode of What's on Tap. I am here with you till 9 o'clock. I continue to welcome your memories of Uke on the Talk and Text line, the Siding Unlimited, WTMJ Talk and Text line, 855-616-1620. We'll check back in at 7:30 and throughout the rest of the show till 9. You will hear more of Uke's voice and special tribute clip of highlights from his career as we commemorate 1 year of the passing of Bob Uecker. And also before 9, suggestions for making the most of your weekend, whether you want to see live entertainment on stage or something on screen in your own home. But right now, I get to roll out the red carpet. I have 2 guests in the WTMJ studio. You're rolling your eyes. You're like, oh, I don't know about that. From Woodland Pattern, Jenny Gropp and Laura Solomon. How are you both?
Very well. Thank you.
Very stoked to be here.
Oh, yes. Wonderful. Wonderful. And Jenny, I will go with you first. What is Woodland Pattern for those who don't know?
Oh, goodness. Woodland Pattern is a giant octopus of literary arts. We serve everybody. We have been in River West for 50 years almost. And what we do is have education programs for youth. We have many programs that serve adults as well. We bring in poets from all over the place. If you want to have your book showcased, we do it from all over the nation. And I think that it's very difficult to describe what Woodland Pattern is, but our mission is that we promote a lifetime practice of reading and writing, and we want people to understand what we do. Laura, step in.
I'll step in.
I'm caught up.
Yeah,
I'm completely caught up.
That was very good, Jenny. That was a wonderful explanation. You had me as soon as you said octopus. Art. That's a wonderful explanation.
We have a joke that we're the octopus that no one understands because we do so many different things.
But that's a wonderful mission. And then you're doing something right almost 50 years.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. And thank you so much for making sure that the WTMJ studio and What's on Tap was part of your evening, because you two are in the midst of Gallery Night MKE and visiting creative spaces you want to go to. So, Laura, where were you just now before WTMJ?
Well, we were at Woodland Pattern.
Oh, are you hosting?
Yeah. So, among all the things we do lots and lots of poetry readings. We also do a lot of film screenings. We do concerts, but we also do exhibitions. And right now we have Evelyn Patricia Terry right now in the gallery, who just won the Knoll Award for an Established Artist.
I was saying, did you see her? I was like, wait, I know that name.
Yeah. So we stopped by to congratulate her, and we've seen the show a lot, obviously, but we stopped by, and then we're going to go to Walker's Point after this.
What's your next stop in Walker's Point?
Walker's Point Center for the Arts.
Aha.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I was like, I know where that is too.
Yeah.
Is that on 5th?
I think, is it on 5th? I think it is.
5th and National.
Yeah, I just know where it is. I like by heart.
We shall go there by heart, and we will see Peled Prolabris, the word wall, which is curated by one of our board members,
C.K.
Ledesma, who is also another established Knoll artist and a wonderful friend and collaborator with Woodland Pattern.
And this is their last word wall, too. The word walls, just if you don't know, it's poetry and visual art combined, and there's poetry kind of at the top of each wall, like all the way around the gallery. So you're reading all as you move through the space. It's really cool.
And you talk about immersive and engaging. Those are words that are typically used, when you talk about an exhibition. And that really is, if it gets you mobile all the way through the building. So Walker's Point Center for the Arts. And I wanted to make sure we talked about your gallery night stops, because gallery night goes till 9 o'clock for most of the spaces. And there's even gallery day tomorrow. So gallery night.
We're doing stuff tomorrow too.
Oh, good. GalleryNightMKE.com is the very interactive website. So Laura, what's going on at Woodland Pattern tomorrow in River West?
Oh, God. Is there something going on tomorrow? No, I don't. I would have to check the schedule. There's probably something going on tomorrow, but we're going to see Lois Bielefield's Artist Talk at Portrait Society.
What an interesting portrait of, I was talking about this the other day, like, hi, I'm an evergreen and I am surviving on the side of the highway. And just a beautiful, truly a portrait of nature.
Yeah.
Do you know Lois?
Yes.
Yeah.
See, this is great. This I always say this, like the arts community here in Milwaukee in particular, in my experience, is very supportive. Hey, we're going to go see this curated art exhibit, or we're going to see their performance or attend their poetry reading. It really is, hey, if you like this person, wait till you see this person.
Yeah.
It's not very snobby here. I like that.
No,
Yeah.
that's one of the things we like too.
It is. It's, I think why I freeze up when we go on the radio, because I'm like, we're just like normal people doing a great thing. And it's nice to be a nonprofit that is just supporting the community, and we have the ability to grow through the community.
And Jenny, how did you get involved with Woodland Pattern?
Well, Laura and I have been a couple for a long time. And we both
go ahead.
A long
We're going to celebrate love. Let's celebrate love.
Well, officially 10 years, but it goes back further.
It goes back further.
Fantastic.
But we both decided to apply for this job together at Woodland Pattern to be the executive directors. Ann Kingsbury and Carl Gartung, they were the couple that founded Woodland Pattern. And we decided, well, we should just apply as a couple.
And this was partly because we couldn't decide which one of us was going to apply.
Yes.
So we were like, we already worked
the rock,
together.
paper, scissors didn't work?
Yeah.
No.
We already worked together at the Georgia Review in Athens, Georgia before coming here.
Mm-hmm.
So we already had, we worked together before we were a couple. So we didn't have any kind of qualms about working together. We like working together. So, yeah, we just decided to go for it and see what people would say. And they hired us to our surprise.
They did. And I think that the continued fire of just really the connection between everybody, between us, between Ann and Carl, between the community, it's really familial and it's really intimate.
This is a joy. Woodland Pattern co-executive directors Jenny Gropp and Laura Solomon are in the studio with me. And next, we're going to find out how you are evolving and growing Woodland Pattern with a move from River West to Bayview. The where and why of that process is next on What's on Tap.
Talk about value. When it comes to casual dining, I can't think of a better value out there. If you're looking for a way to stretch your family's dining budget, come to Marty's Pizza, where feeding your family won't cost you an arm or a leg. You know, we're reasonably priced, and that's how it's going to stay. That's why we've been around so long. We offer a quality product at the right price. Italian dinners, subs, sandwiches, salads, and of course, 100% real mozzarella cheese pizza. Find us easily online at martyspizza.net.
Marty's Pizza. Do you remember when times were good? Well, they're good again. It's as good today as it was in the past. It doesn't get any better than that. Remember Marty's Pizza.
Staying active, essential for overall health. Proper medical support, essential for staying active. WTMJ's Vince Vitrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Whether it's keeping a weekend warrior like me on the tennis court or keeping young athletes in the game, you want the best in sports medicine, that's OAW. Surgeons, nurses, and physical therapists help you recover from injury, avoid injury in the future, and enhance performance. Get care 7 days a week. Walk right in at an Ortho ASAP clinic or book an appointment online at orthowisconsin.com.
When snowstorms hit and the roads turn slick.
These slick roads are pretty brutal.
When school closings start rolling in and traffic slows to a crawl.
The snowfall closing schools in Kenosha.
We've got the latest updates on forecasts and everything else you need to know during severe winter weather. Find Fleet Farm Storm Team alerts on air and online at WTMJ.com or on the WTMJ mobile app. Stay safe. Stay informed with WTMJ. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx.
Joining me in the studio at WTMJ for What's on Tap, Woodland Pattern co-executive directors Jenny Gropp and Laura Solomon. And again, in one sentence, this time I'll ask you, Laura, how do you describe Woodland Pattern when somebody says, I know I've heard of it. What do you do there?
Well, I think the first thing people notice when they come inside are the books, because we have an enormous poetry collection. It's a non-commercial book center with over 25,000 small press titles.
Which sounds like a dream to a lot of people. That sounds like a paradise to
People-
walk in and see all of that poetry.
People come from all over the country to find books there because you just can't find these books in other places. You can find them online, but you can't physically interact and touch them anywhere else except for maybe a library. So that's the first thing people notice. But then we have tons of programs. We have, readings, concerts, film screenings, music, performances of all kinds, and we have youth programs as well. Writing groups, reading groups. It's actually, there's so many different things going on. It's sometimes hard to keep up with them, but we have about 500 programs per year.
Wow. And that's an important cultural part of Milwaukee, especially if you love literature and poetry and words. And now you're going to be packing up some boxes of all those thousands of books. Tell us about your move from River West. How long have you been there?
Since it opened, 1979. Well, the doors opened in 1980. It was incorporated in 1979.
So now all those books moved to Bayview. Tell us about how this came about and why.
Well, first of all, I would like to say that we will be open at our Locust Street location until May 31st. We're still going to celebrate Locust Street Days.
Yeah, we might be there till first week of June.
First week of June. Yeah. So anybody who loves the Locust Street Festival, come out and see us for the last time. But then we'll close up, and we are looking to open up in the fall, September, October. But that move is intense.
Yeah,
there's a lot
remarking
to do.
On. Yeah,
and it's not just packing up books. I mean, we're also ordering new shelving, and we don't know how long things are going to take to, with contractors for all of that to work out. But our hope is by the fall to be open.
Why the move?
Well, there's a lot of reasons. For one thing, Woodland Pattern is a lot bigger of an organization than it was when it started. Even since we've gotten here, it was 5 employees in 2017, about 350 programs. We're now 8.5 employees and 500 programs. So
I assume you mean part-time. You say 8.5 and you make me laugh.
Yeah, it's like a part-time human, but like we think about them in terms of benefits and like what we're doing. And
it's like, it's like thinking about the space. Like you can't, like ever since COVID, we especially, in those first few years after COVID when everybody was getting sick, and if somebody got sick, your whole staff got sick, we really had to stagger, people's presence in the building because there's not enough space to have everybody, especially not safely. So with a disease like that.
But what a time for people to rediscover and slow down and enjoy reading. So I commend you for not having to shut down or fully pause. That's wonderful.
And we didn't even have to lay anybody off, which was amazing too. But yeah, there's just not enough room for us. Like there aren't enough offices. There aren't enough room. There's enough room for the public. There's not enough room for the books. It's a space issue. That's number one. And Jenny, do you want to talk about some of the other problems?
No, I mean, I think that,
the other answers that Bayview solves.
Yes. It does solve we have the books themselves. We don't get rid of books like a regular commercial bookstore does. They have to call stock and things, and we don't consider books stock.
We consider them
it's a library.
Permanent.
It's permanent. It's a history. It's an American record of poetry. And also an international one. And so what we want to do is build out it is a special collection, it in itself, whether or not it will be for purchase or whether or not some of it will be stored inside of rooms where we can allow people to visit them as scholars, because at nearly 50 years of existing, we have that ability to store things that nobody else has. So that's a wonderful thing to have in Milwaukee.
A true archive, yes.
But to get back to the question of why, in addition to the space needs, our Locust Street building is not accessible to wheelchair users. Right. And anybody who has trouble with stairs, the bathrooms are downstairs in the basement. And it's just not ideal for our community. And we've been wanting to, address that accessibility problem for a really long time. And the only way we could do that would be to completely renovate and expand our building. which we were working on, but it was it became so expensive, like prohibitively expensive, and this building was a lot less than what our renovation plans were going to cost.
Yeah, that's what it takes to run a nonprofit. You have to watch the business side of things, all of it.
Yeah,
we have to watch it. But yes, I mean, I think that we actually wept when we knew that we could have an accessible building, like fully accessible. That people could come in and have that space.
I mean, we've lost people, who've had to, all of us at some point are going to be disabled one way or the other. Like all of us are going to have trouble. And we've seen people have to kind of, step back and not be able to come to as many things as they used to because they can't get down those stairs.
And now you're going to be prepared for growth.
Yeah.
Even more programs and more
Yeah.
people to visit you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Woodland Pattern moving to Bayview this fall. I am with co-executive directors Jenny Gropp and Laura Solomon. And you have an annual event that is coming up, the Poetry Marathon. So when we come back, I want to find out about how you even conduct a poetry marathon. That's next on What's on Tap.
When you jump on the back of a bull and the gate swings, there's no middle ground. You either ride it out with 8 seconds of pure adrenaline or hit the dirt and run. Bull riding is not just a sport, it's a gamble of guts and glory. Nothing else compares. This is the PDR Unleash the Beast Tour. See the best bull riders in the world face off at Busch Light PDR Milwaukee, presented by Cooper Tires at Fiserv Forum this weekend. Ready to be cowboy? Get your tickets at Ticketmaster. It's bull time.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Lazaga for Car Edge. The stress of car buying is finally a thing of the past. Car Edge negotiates with local dealerships for you, keeping your personal info private. With an average of 20-plus years of dealership experience, Car Edge experts know every trick in the book, saving you time and money. No sales calls, no wasted hours playing games at a dealership, just the best deal on the car you want. WTMJ fans get 20% off. Call 414-667-7413 or visit caredge.com/WTMJ for a free no-obligation consultation today.
Kick off the new year with a smarter home and bigger savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. New windows to lock in the warmth, durable roofing, eye-catching siding, or a stunning bath makeover. Start the year off right and get $3,000 off your project. That's right, $3,000 back in your pocket during our New Year savings event. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. This deal won't last all winter. Exterior Pros and Baths. New year, new home, done right.
A cancer diagnosis shouldn't mean we can't make plans. It shouldn't mean living without joy or optimism. Cancer shouldn't be calling the shots. At the Fredert and the Medical College of Wisconsin Cancer Network, we're pushing to put cancer in its place by pulling together teams of leading specialists and researchers who work tirelessly for breakthroughs, who are developing innovative ways to treat every cancer, to treat your cancer. And by providing the largest cancer clinical trials treatment program in eastern Wisconsin. So there are more treatment options and more reasons to be hopeful. So let's keep innovating. Let's keep discovering. Let's push to make every cancer diagnosis a story of survivorship and bring back the lightness of life that cancer takes away. To learn more about breakthrough cancer care, visit fredert.com/cancer.
What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx is back on WTMJ.
Welcome back to What's on Tap. In the studio with me, Woodland Pattern co-executive directors Jenny Gropp and Laura Solomon, a wonderful organization keeping literature alive here in Milwaukee. Ooh. And moving to Bayview this fall. Been at River West on Locust decades. That's going to jar some people. But its growth is good.
Yeah.
And it's exciting that there's a demand and an appetite for your archive of poetry and literature. So as you get ready to pack those boxes, and I'm sure probably ask for some volunteer help for that move.
Yeah.
You're going to be buying beer and pizza for a lot of people to make that move.
Fortunately, we know a lot of people who know how to box books.
Very good. Very good. And lots of dollies with wheels. But one of the things that you have done annually, I've always been attracted to, is the Poetry Marathon. What is it and when is it?
Oh, goodness. Okay, so if you come to St. Kate, the Arts Hotel, next weekend, Saturday and Sunday, from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., you can be an audience member for the Poetry Marathon. We will have hundreds of poets coming through. It is a wonderful event that we used to host at our River West location. And that location, obviously, we had to shut it down during COVID because there was no way to do it. We could only have 1 day's worth of events, readings. And so what we did during lockdown for COVID is we expanded that program to be 2 full days, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., Saturday and Sunday. And we were able to welcome people in virtually from all over the world, all over the country, all over the region. We still had everybody who loved to be involved in the marathon here, Milwaukee, the region, the state. And then we were able to expand it and make a lot happen.
And I just want to add, too, about the virtual version, what was so cool about it, and all of them, like everybody reads for 5 minutes or less. So it's exactly the same amount of attention for each person. And it doesn't matter, like, if they're, a really well-known published poet or they're a kid who's, like, just starting to, like literally, like a youth who's reading their poems. But the way we were doing the virtual marathon is people would send videos and their text, and we would caption all of those videos, and then we would sew them all together and then put them out. And that's what we did over lockdown. And but then it was like, we want to be in person again, but the Locust Street building was just way too small post-COVID to cram all those people in there. So we started to do it at St. Kate.
Yeah.
Sounds like an ideal spot.
Yeah.
And now you also have the live stream, so people around the world can still enjoy it.
Yep.
Right. And so we keep the hybrid format because it's accessible and it allows like people who are disabled or can't get here right in Milwaukee,
or who
but
live
also
in New York.
like they live in New York.
Yeah.
We have people tuning in seriously from all over the place.
Or
It's
family and
wild.
friends who want to see
family and friends,
their favorite poet.
Exactly. And then it also allows us to create an immediate record where we can go back and look at the entire thing.
Yeah.
And it's a wonderful record of American literature.
I would say that's also an archive, a digital archive.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
And I see, I love, so it's 12 hours, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. for 2 days. Are these themes, community, indigenous nations, poets?
Yeah.
The youth hour, you've got MyAd involved?
Yeah.
Yep.
And the Wisconsin Fellowship of Poets.
Right.
Yeah. There's lots of curated hours and there are lots of free sign-up hours. So like, what's sad is like where I saw somebody today had on Instagram was like, can I sign up still?
Yes.
And it's like, no, it's closed. But
next year.
Yeah, next year. But like we start registration in October, people sign up, and we have many open hours, and then we have hours that are curated and specific.
It sounds like a joy. What is the best way to keep up with Woodland Pattern, the annual poetry marathon, and all the other evolutions?
Go to our website, www.woodlandpattern.org, and find us there.
And find us on Instagram too.
We're on Instagram. We are on Facebook, and you can sign up for our newsletter. We have print newsletters that are really lovely,
and email newsletters. Too.
Email too.
Yeah.
So
I think print is right on brand.
Print is great.
No, it is.
They're beautiful
tangible.
too. They're like full color, and they're nice.
Yeah,
they're and they have poems in them.
We have a wonderful staff that helps us assemble those, and so we're lucky to have that.
Well, here's to a wonderful year ahead for Woodland Pattern. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
She is Jenny Gropp. She is Laura Solomon. They are co-executive directors of Woodland Pattern. Thank you, and now go enjoy gallery night.
Thanks. We will.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you, Sandy.
My pleasure. Have fun. And weekend events around Wisconsin to enjoy. Some suggestions for you next on What's on Tap.
Education changes everything. It opens doors, shapes futures, and builds the foundation for our children's success. At City Ford Collective, we're working to transform our city's schools and ensure every Milwaukee child receives the high-quality education they deserve. We've taken real steps forward, but our work is far from done. This giving season, we're asking you to join us. Together, we can secure a stronger future for our children and a stronger future for Milwaukee. To support our mission, visit cityforwardcollective.org/donate. That's cityforwardcollective.org/donate.
Hey, John Mercure here for Mend Studios. You deserve to feel better. You deserve to feel healthy. You deserve to feel great about yourself. Mend Studios has a long-term wellness as the goal. That's how they're going to do it. That's how they're going to take care of you. I know and trust the therapists at Mend Studio. They customize every single treatment, and they've got multiple locations. They're in Mequon and Brookfield, both convenient, both easy to get to. Start at the website, mendstudio.com. I never feel better than I do after a session at Mend. Mendstudio.com.
America is kept safe because the Army National Guard responds, protects, and supports our nation when it needs them most. The Army National Guard responds to disasters such as wildfires and floods. They protect us with missile defense, cybersecurity, and civilian support teams for chemical, biological, and radiological hazards. Be there for your community and your country. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
Day after day, year after year, the heavy lifting, the repetitive motion, and now your body feels it. Your back, your knees, your quality of life.
At Access Legal, we stand up for people worn down by work.
Workers' comp is our sole focus, and our team has recovered more than $35 million for Wisconsin workers. From sudden accidents to pain that builds over years of hard work, we're dedicated to fighting for the benefits you're entitled to. If you've been worn down by work, contact Access Legal for a risk-free consultation.
Search AXIS Legal today.
Hi, this is Michelle Voskel, CPA and team member at the Neal Group. Well, here we are. It is 2026. Remember last year when you said never again? Did it work? You didn't start your business to spend lots of time doing bank reconciliations, cash flow projections, or inventory analysis. Let us help you keep your New Year's resolution to stay on top of your finances and keep your books up to date. Don't do the same thing this year and expect different results. Start the year off on the right foot by calling the Neal Group to help you understand your numbers and make them better. You earned it. We help you keep it. Call 414-325-2040 now to set up a meeting to see how you can make 2026 the best year ever. The first meeting is free. That's 414-325-2040 or visit us at nealgroup.net. That's NEAL group.net.
Welcome back to What's on Tap on WTMJ.
I am Sandy Maxx. Welcome back to What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. Handcrafted, homegrown, world class. Discover more at visitmilwaukee.org. And I get to visit with Vince Vitrano and Eric Bilstead weekly on Wisconsin's Morning News on Thursdays with a special feature to help you make the most of your Wisconsin weekend. Give a listen.
The best part of the week is almost here.
The weekend.
Weekend? This weekend.
This is the Weekend Trend with Sandy Maxx.
Weekend.
The Weekend Trend is presented by 3 Pillars Senior Living Communities.
Let's go.
I have things for you space boys to get excited about.
Oh, yeah?
Really?
Besides the story that we've invented
There
and
are a
cooked up.
lot of things going on this weekend, and one of them is a celebration of winter, but they have decided to adapt an entire space theme. I am talking about the 41st annual Waukesha Jamboree. Goes all the way through Sunday the 25th, because it is a 10-day winter celebration for all ages. Vince, Eric, the theme this year, out of this world.
Yeah.
It is a space theme, and so blast off at Lowell Park this opening weekend. There's even going to be a big, massive ice and snow sculpture space shaped like a space shuttle. And all sorts of... I got an eyebrow raise from Vince Vitrano. Former Mr. Space Camp guy. You can go and say, hey, these specs aren't quite exactly right.
This doesn't look exactly right.
This could never fly.
Shuttle. Yeah, I've been in a simulator.
But, the one good thing is at least we
really
can
what
have
they want to hear.
a snow and ice sculpture that will look like what it's supposed to look like. It'll be cold enough that it won't be melting and dribbling,
Cool.
drabbling. But if you're looking for a little warmth, they've got the heated Black Hole Beer Garden.
Sweet.
There's going to be a space-themed fireworks show. There will be the laser beam light show is back, but all sorts of fun. I mean, you can get tuck into the warmth of the planetarium, but you could also be outside and do the geocaching, the skating. They have a scavenger hunt that goes all 10 days. You could win a necklace over $4,000. Diamond necklace.
Hey, nice.
I know. I'm get in on that scavenger hunt. There's so much other thing. Cookie decorating, the Galaxy Glow Walk, and a free Learn to Moonwalk class. Get your dance on. And have you ever seen those TV spots with the little penguin? I'm always charmed by a mascot. That's Lil Chill, the penguin. And next weekend, there will be a penguin egg hunt, an Alaskan Malamute weight pull. There's ice sculpting, ice fishing, and a candlelight hike.
Tons of
So,
stuff.
I mean, yeah, so for as much as we're like, oh, can we get rid of the cold weather? There are people who embrace it,
Yep,
and there are
yep.
fun ways to embrace it if you're bundled up right and with the right people to have some fun. So the 41st annual Waukesha Jamboree for January. If you want to get really dressed up, channel your favorite character of any kind. Why not? The Goblin King Masquerade Ball is on Saturday at Turner Hall.
Goblin King, that's is that Labyrinth?
It is that's a character in Labyrinth, right?
Yeah, right.
But this
The
is
Goblin
the
King.
40th anniversary of the fantasy story that gave us the Goblin King.
Okay.
Nice.
David Bowie and his very tight-fitting outfit in that. How many David Bowies from Labyrinth will be there? One way to find out is go to the Goblin King Masquerade Ball. But I really love this because it's 18 and over, but it is fully embracing formal attire because it is a ball or cosplay. But you can't go in casual wear unless it is a specific character in cosplay. So dress to the nines or just stand outside and watch the people stream into Turner Hall on
That's one of
Saturday
those
night.
Where, right. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say that screams you.
I just think it's interesting when worlds collide. Like some will be doing Labyrinth and others will be doing just random whatever, and
Yeah.
somebody's got a tail and ears, and
Let your
you're
creativity
just like, wait,
fly.
you're not in this movie. but like the worlds collide. Just I'm dressed as something.
And everybody, it certainly sparks conversation. So that's going to be a lot of fun and colorful. The wide world of sports, we have things to tell you about. PBR, not the beer. The professional
bull riding?
riders.
Oh.
Yeah. Unleash the beast tomorrow and Saturday at Firestone
Okay.
Forum. And then way up north, where it's going to be the right weather for it, the 63rd World Championship Snowmobile Derby in Eagle River.
That'd be kind of cool to see.
Yeah. And fast, and that's a whole weekend of festivities.
Are you going to see Lehman Trilogy at Milwaukee Rep?
I really
No,
want
that's
to.
running.
Lehman Trilogy is it has just opened. 5 Tony Award-winning play. There are 3 actors who play 50 characters. Really thoughtful. This is one of those bucket list theater experiences to see. And again, back at the newly renovated Shakota Powerhouse. What have you heard about it? Why do you want to see it, Vince?
Because it's based on an actual events, right? A true story in the Lehman Brothers, and everybody's heard of that company and all of those things. So I don't know what story it tells. I like true stories on stage.
Yeah, and I think, and just like Come From Away, I think it's going to be told in a very compelling way. Also at the Rep, The Fisherman's Daughters, based on a historical fact. 1908 spinster sisters try and save their property from the creation of Peninsula State Park. All in song. I know.
All in song. Okay.
Highlights from the Weekend Trend segment I do Thursday mornings with Vince Vitrano and Eric Bilstead, and you will hear my visit with the Fisherman Daughters creator, Katie Dahl, on What's on Tap at about 8:15, or you can catch up on the podcast, learn about the Wisconsin history that inspired Katie Dahl to write her second musical. Door County has had a lot to do with it. So I'm looking forward to sharing that conversation with you. And if you're leaning towards staying cozy indoors instead of going out, the top 5 streaming suggestions for what's new this weekend, that's next on What's on Tap.
The Menards 15% off bag sale is here. Whether you pack it, load it, stuff it, or stack it, if it fits in the bag, you save 15%. Need new tools? Updating your bath or faucet? Or simply want some snacks? Put them in the bag and save 15%. So pick up a bag in-store at Menards and find out how much you can fit in the bag. Now through January 24th. See store for complete details.
Save big money at Menards. M.W. Marine.
The 6th annual Hales Corners Hometown Boat Show is on now at MW Marine. Check out the newest fishing boats from Lund, Vexus, and Ranger, all powered by Mercury Outboards. Grab a gorgeous 2026 model or save big on remaining 2025 Mercury-powered boats with substantial rebates. Demand is high, so get to MW Marine today. Free parking and free admission. Don't miss the Hometown Boat Show at MW Marine, MWMarine.com.
With an ever-changing inventory, you never know what great bargains you're going to be able to find at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. It makes shopping fun because the best finds are the ones you had no idea you'd even come across. And when they're at thrift store prices, it feels good. And it feels even better to know you're helping us help others. Shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul. You're gonna love it all when you shop at St. Vincent de Paul. Old things, new things here for you. We're always changing, we're always new. So many friendly people, smiles from wall to wall. You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul. You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ.
Thanks for hanging out with me on a Friday night. As you're making weekend plans, I like to encourage you to get out and about, experience Wisconsin life. But sometimes in winter, you just want to hang out, cuddle up, be cozy on the couch, and maybe catch up on some shows or maybe see some of the newest shows. I've got the top 5 newest streaming shows. Top 5 in my opinion. It's okay. You might differ, but I think you'll hear something in this top 5 list that you will like. And something that caught my eye, I saw an interview with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. They are still writing and performing together, and they didn't write this movie, but they're in it together, and they've got that chemistry. It's called The Rip. And it's an action thriller. Matt Damon and Ben Affleck play Miami police officers. And it turns out, I think this is true. If you break into a home and you find money that might be money laundered or drug money, supposedly the protocol is whether you find $5, $500, or $5,000, you have to count that money there before you can leave with the money. Well, the premise of this movie is, sure, they're police officers. They, legally get the warrant, get into the home, find money, but it's millions of dollars. So thus, the time clock is ticking because there are more people who maybe want to come back and find this money and might find them counting it. It sounds exciting. It is on Netflix. This is the trailer.
From the outside looking in, it seems simple. Seize the cash, count it, and turn it in.
Miami PD.
On the inside, it's different.
We had a Crime Stopper tip come in on this address. There's $1.4 million in this bucket. I bought 14 more of those things. That's a $20 million rip. We gotta be smart right now. We gotta move this money, man. Stay off the radios, no call outs.
What would you do with this? Just this. Everything.
You heard about the inside heist teams. Yeah, cops playing robbers. Need any help tonight, Lieutenant? Nope. We didn't get a heads up about this. The longer we stay here, the dicier it gets.
Don't trust anyone.
All I know is what we do right now and who we talk to matters. You see that? P-I-Z-E.
P.S. Is there anything that you've heard about him?
There's snitches in every division.
Watch your back.
Cover! Bitch! I'm breaking left! I got the roof! You want to steal this trip? Just say it out loud.
You a snitch, Mike?
This is my crime scene. Let me run it.
They just gonna take the money?
Were you and Captain Velez close?
Tell me what's going on.
First off, back the up.
You're not going anywhere without me.
You're not giving orders. I don't trust you right now, and that's a problem.
You should just take whatever money you want and walk away. Before this goes really bad for all of us.
It's called The Rip on Netflix. That is Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. I think it looks cool. It's a crime action thriller based in Miami. They play police officers and find a chunk of cash in a home. And then the intensity. I think it looks good. And I'm heartened to see Matt Damon and Ben Affleck still get along and still create things together. Number 2 on my list, Star Trek fans. Star Trek Starfleet Academy on Paramount Plus is now streaming. You probably already knew this, but it's got a cool cast, including Paul Giamatti, who I absolutely adore. And it turns out he has always wanted to play a Klingon. So he leans all the way into this. So Paul Giamatti and Holly Hunter is the captain. So Star Trek Starfleet Academy you can stream. Also, I'm a big British drama fan. Oh, I don't know. The flag-waving Downton Abbey fan, probably the biggest one in Milwaukee. But Agatha Christie's Seven Dials is also streaming on Netflix. This is my number 3 pick. Big fan of Martin Freeman, who is in Sherlock. Also Helena Bonham Carter, you'd recognize. So this is a mystery miniseries adaptation of Agatha Christie's Seven Dials, and that is on Netflix this weekend. Also, if you are a George R.R. Martin fan, this is the Game of Thrones prequel series called Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Dun, dun, dun. It's 100 years before the original series. You can stream A Night of the Seven Kingdoms on HBO Max starting on Sunday. And for all of you Love Island fans, I have yet to get sucked into this, but Peacock is now streaming Love Island All-Stars 2026. I think that's kind of popcorn TV if you just kind of want the gossip and the drama. It's the winter edition, and I'm going to give you a bonus. I gave you the top 5. Here's your bonus. You can also stream Songs Sung Blue, all about Milwaukee musical duo Lightning and Thunder, performed by Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson. Kate Hudson is nominated for the Actor Awards, which was the SAG Awards. She didn't win the Golden Globe, but she was nominated, and the Oscar nominations are on January 22nd, and she could get nominated for that. There is buzz. So maybe stream Song Sung Blue this weekend and get caught up. Local events to tempt you to leave your couch. That's next on What's on Tap.
Calling all mariners and sea dogs. It's time for the Milwaukee Boat Show. January 16th through the 18th and 21st through the 25th. Come to the Expo Center at State Fair Park for all things boating. And while you're there, register to win an HO Sports Beacon Kayak, courtesy of Skipper Buds. It's the Milwaukee Boat Show at the Expo Center at State Fair Park.
Some pizza places have changed their tune about using real mozzarella cheese, but not Marty's. We use only 100% real mozzarella cheese, and we wouldn't have it any other way, because quality matters. Oh, you can taste the difference. With 100% real mozzarella, there's elasticity. And even when it's cold, it's still delicious. Marty's Pizza, nothing but 100% fresh ingredients and nothing but 100% real mozzarella cheese. We're easy to find at martyspizza.net.
Marty's Pizza. Do you remember when times were good? Well, they're good again. It's as good today as it was in the past. It doesn't get any better than that. Remember Marty's Pizza.
She's been putting off knee surgery for years, and she had a trip coming up to Ireland, and she knew she was going to be walking a lot more than she had become accustomed to. So she finally took a chance and called for an appointment. And it ended up helping her. She was able to do the walking and sightseeing pain-free. It led to an enjoyable trip, and I think we're going to be able to help her live a better life going forward. One that won't let pain stand in her way any longer. This is Rejuvenex founder Richard Salinas, and these are the kind of real-life stories I love to hear. Pain can take so much away from us, and when we can alleviate that kind of pain, it makes our purpose here at Rejuvenex that much more fulfilling. Don't let pain stand in your way any longer. Every day is precious. Take that next step. Schedule your appointment at Rejuvenex and start living your life again.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Take a look at our Google reviews to learn more.
Start the new year off on a healthier note by taking active liver supplements from New Nordic every day. Available online at Amazon or newnordicusa.com or at your local CVS, ShopRite, Meijer Grocery, or Wegmans.
This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx.
Thanks for hanging out with me on this Friday, and this is a special Friday, January 16th, 2026. It actually marks the one-year anniversary of legendary broadcaster Mr. Baseball. Passed away on this date last year and gave it his all, as much as he could, for all those Brewers games, and finally gave in to cancer, which you know that phrase, F cancer. But boy, did Bob Uecker leave a lot of memories. He touched so many people's lives. He did a lot of charitable and kind things without telling anybody, without a lot of fanfare, which was very Ueck. But he always connected with all the players. I got a chance to go to an evening with Pat Murphy last night, and he was just reiterating how much of a genuine person Bob Uecker was, no matter what your role was, whether you were Alan Bud Selig or whether you were a fan or you were one of the groundskeepers. He was kind and connected with a whole lot of people throughout his career. So I've been asking you, when I say Uecker puts a smile on your face, why? What do you think of? And share on the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line 855-616-1620, 855-616-1620. And 920 texted in, my favorite Uecker memory, just how funny he was. I can't wait to tell my kids sometime about him. And another 920 text, Sandy, I was driving. I wasn't able to text, but now I can. My memory of Bob, I'm 59. My mom and I sat in the breezeway and listened to Bob broadcast all the time. We laughed. I enjoyed that time with my mom so much. She's now 87, still with us, and we chatted about us in the breezeway last year. And I laughed, and I now cry all the time about Bob not being with us. I am a season ticket holder to the Brewers because of Mom and Bob. Man, I miss him. He had such an emotional connection, and I know that we're all proud in Milwaukee that Ueck was a lifelong Milwaukeean and proud of it and never left and was always proud of us. So what are your memories? Glad to share them, whether you want to talk to us or text us. The Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line, 855-616-1620. And as we're thinking about summertime, when you talk about baseball, we have winter fun here. And I just wanted to roll off a couple suggestions if you're itching to get out and about and circulate. We've been talking about Gallery Night MKE. It is tonight, but there are many galleries that still have gatherings and art and open their doors on Saturday. So Gallery Night MKE still happens tomorrow. You've got Unleash the Beast. That is the Professional Bull Riders PBR at Fiserv Forum tonight and tomorrow. The Milwaukee Boat Show kicks off tonight. If you are dreaming of lake life, that is at the Expo Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park. And I think it has to be there in such a huge space so you can get all the cool watercraft in there. And also for fun, the Milwaukee Anime Fest is happening tomorrow, Saturday at 4 Points by the Sheraton Milwaukee Airport, and the Samson Stomp and Romp. Well, you got to bundle up for that on Sunday at the Milwaukee County Zoo on the morning. And then we've been talking about Dry January and also Maida House, which is a wonderful local organization that helps people with addiction and substance abuse, helps families. They are sponsoring a program that if you go to a bunch of different local restaurants and order a mocktail, it goes to help benefit the programs at Maida House. And Cafe Corazon, all 3 locations are a part of Maida House's Dry January, and they're having a virgin margarita and mocktail making masterclass on Sunday. So if you're on a streak there with Dry January and you're like, I'm liking this, I kind of want to know how to make some mocktails of my own, check out Cafe Corazon. And I will tell you that the House Lime non-alcoholic margarita, all proceeds go to Maida House at all 3 of their locations. And for you romance fans, Damsels Not in Distress Romantasy Book Fair is happening at a great new local business, The Well-Read Damsel. That is Sunday, a celebration of the bodice ripping, but Damsels Not in Distress. I like the phrase Romantasy Book Fair. So if you want more info, visit Milwaukee.org. You hear me say the website all the time, and it is a great resource. It's not square. It's got a lot of great options. Visit Milwaukee.org. We'll get more Euchre tributes and a theater preview next on What's on Tap.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
If you've been thinking about a makeover for your kitchen cabinets, let me tell you why now is the perfect time. During the New Year New Kitchen event at Redo Cabinets, you'll get 75% off installation with every remodeling project, plus no interest and no payments until 2027. That's right, 2027. It's Redo Cabinets' best offer of the year. You'll transform your existing kitchen with a fresh new look and premium products made right here in the USA. Quickly transform your dated kitchen without the hassle, the stress, and the cost of a full remodel with premium cabinet refacing in just days. Learn about the options, the colors, the styles, the accessories, and the savings. The Redo Cabinets New Year New Kitchen event is on now. Get 75% off installation, plus no interest or payments until 2027. Call today for a free, no-obligation consultation. Call 414-677-6417. That's 414-677-6417. Or visit RedoCabinets.com. This year, don't replace, reface with Redo Cabinets.
At Capri Communities, they believe people of every age deserve to enjoy life.
I recently moved my dad into a Capri community. He has gained such new independence. His falls have decreased, he's eating healthy meals, and going on great new adventures. Knowing Dad is in a great place really gives me the peace of mind I needed. And now, we're both enjoying life again.
Give the care that has your parent enjoying life again at Capri Communities. Get started today at capricommunities.com.
Recently, a seller that unfortunately ended up choosing another agent called me. She said she made a mistake, and what she was expressing to me sounded like she kind of was bullied into signing with him. Is it typical? Not always, but it will never happen when you hire a Century 21 Benefit Realty agent. I want our agents to be able to look in the mirror and say, I'd want to work with me. Not because they're good at saying what you want to hear or offer the lowest commission, but because of trust. Because if you're not feeling that from your agent, that's a problem, and I don't want that. At 1.9% on the listing side of your sale with our commission capped at $19,000, Century 21 Benefit Realty leads with a very fair and transparent commission structure with maximum marketing that can get your home sold fast and for the best price. And saving money matters, but working with someone who will tell you exactly what you need to know up front, that creates trust. And that matters too. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
And the president.
President Trump met with her yesterday.
I got to know her. I never met her before, and I was very, very impressed. She's this is a fine woman.
But no word whether Trump changed his mind about whether Machado could lead in Venezuela right now. Seeking to lower the temperature, a bipartisan congressional delegation traveled to Denmark to talk about Greenland. Republican Senator Lisa Murkowski told them.
When you ask the American people whether or not they think it is a good idea for the United States to acquire Greenland, the vast majority, some 75%, will say, we do not think that that is a good idea.
The Trump Justice Department has opened a federal investigation into Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz into whether they've been obstructing federal law enforcement activities in the state, according to multiple U.S. officials. The Minnesota National Guard has been activated in anticipation of massive protests expected to unfold this weekend. Minnesota Public Safety Commissioner Bob Jacobson.
While peaceful expression is protected, any actions that harm people, destroy property, or jeopardize public safety will not be tolerated.
A study that contradicts RFK's warning.
Researchers in The Lancet, a leading health journal, say that they combed through the data of 60 different studies that looked at more than 1 million children and say that despite some strongly held beliefs in today's U.S. government, they did not find that taking Tylenol during pregnancy causes autism, attention deficit, or hyperactivity in children.
That's ABC's Steve Osunsami. You're listening to ABC News.
It's 2026, not 2006. Your antivirus shouldn't feel like a dial-up. WebRoot Essentials protects your new and old devices without slowing them down. It scans 6 times faster, uses 33 times less space, and it's ranked #1 against Norton, McAfee, basically all the usual suspects. And right now, you can get an exclusive 60% off when you go to webroot.com/offer. Lock in the smarter, lighter, faster protection your devices deserve and get WebRoot Essentials today. That's webroot.com/offer for 60% off.
I've been telling you all about the secret war on our cash and the free report you can receive a copy of by contacting Swiss America at 800-289-2646. I'd also like to encourage you to subscribe to their podcast on YouTube. Just search Swiss America Trading. The podcast can provide you a ton of vital information and financial news in the challenging and uncertain times we're in. Subscribe today. Learn more about BRICS, industry leaders, and their market predictions for the future, along with what you might expect to see in terms of precious metal performance in the weeks and months ahead. Message and data rates may apply.
An Oklahoma man is facing charges for allegedly threatening to kill the FBI director over the Epstein files.
Jacob Ray Hudson is now facing charges for allegedly leaving a comment on the Instagram page of FBI Director Kash Patel's girlfriend, saying that Patel and Alexis Wilkins, Patel's girlfriend, would be publicly executed. According to federal documents, Hudson allegedly telling the FBI all he cares about is protecting children and that the FBI director will be held accountable over the Epstein files. Hudson was previously arrested by local police in Oklahoma for allegedly yelling about killing President Trump. Alex Stone, ABC News.
South Carolina reported 124 new measles cases just since Tuesday, bringing the state's total from this outbreak to 558. Researchers say they may have recovered traces of genetic material left by Leonardo da Vinci on a 500-year-old drawing.
Within the pores of the chalk drawing of a baby's head, geneticists have found male chromosomes, thought to be the artist's. As ethicists ponder the possibility of cloning one of history's great thinkers, scientists say, slow down. A cloned Leonardo da Vinci, they say, would merely be a long-lost twin who may or may not be able to draw at all.
ABC's Jim Ryan. The NCAA says flag football has been added to its emerging sports for the women's program, with 4 other women's sports elevated to championship status. They include acrobatics and tumbling, stunts, Division II bowling as well. Dave Packer, ABC News.
When you jump on the back of a bull and the gate swings, there's no middle ground. You either ride it out with 8 seconds of pure adrenaline or hit the dirt and run. Bull riding is not just a sport, it's a gamble of guts and glory. Nothing else compares. This is the PDR Unleash the Beast Tour. See the best bull riders in the world face off at Busch Light PDR Milwaukee, presented by Cooper Tires at Fiserv Forum this weekend. Ready to be cowboy? Get your tickets at Ticketmaster. It's bull time.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting WTMJ.com/contests.
That's WTMJ.com/contests.
It's time. It's time your ad dollar reached far more than you thought possible. And it's time your ad message made a dramatic impact on your bottom line. The results we brought our small business clients are significant, and there's no reason we can't bring you the same success, no matter what your ad budget is. So go to Anderson-Smith.com, hit the Contact Us button, email me, and I will call you in short order, because it is time. Anderson-Smith.com. We help small business advertisers get better results. If you're buying and creating advertising for your small business, but you're not sure how to make it work, then I want you to know we can make radio or TV advertising work for you. Both are very powerful media, and both can be affordable. And we have a laundry list of notable long-term clients who will vouch for us. So if you have an interest in increasing the chances of your small business's advertising success, go to anderson-smith.com, hit the Contact Us button, send me a quick email, and I'll call you in short order. That's anderson-smith.com. We help small business advertisers get better results.
Your need-to-know cultural snapshot of Wisconsin and beyond. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. A deep dive into all things intriguing, riveting, and entertaining. Now, here's your host, Sandy Maxx.
Happy Friday. Welcome to this bonus hour of local culture and creativity on What's on Tap. And today here at WTMJ, we have been paying tribute to legendary broadcaster and entertainer, beloved baseball man, Bob Uecker. It was a year ago today, January 16th, that he passed away after a tough journey with cancer. But don't worry, he left us laughing in so many ways, because I'm sure as soon as I said Bob Uecker, you went, oh man, has it been that long? Oh man, I miss hearing his voice. And I remember when he told this funny story, like, when you think of Uecker, what moment instantly makes you smile and why? That's my question. Share your memories, share your feelings with me and WTMJ fans on the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line 855-616-1620. Maybe it was a funny story he told, like I was saying, during a Milwaukee Brewers broadcast. He was hilarious in Major League, if it makes you think of that. Beer commercials, Mr. Belvedere. Anytime he gave a speech, whether it was the time he was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame, or any chance he got behind the microphone, he was compelling for sure. Or maybe you met him. Producer Isaac Marquardt's here with me today, and we got a phone call, but we were in the middle of something else, and I couldn't take the chat. But guy called in and was like, yeah, I made a delivery, and I didn't realize I was delivering to Bob Uecker's house. And I had to deliver houseplants, and you gave him a hand, helped him do his job delivering houseplants. I've known people who've done roofing for Bob Uecker, and he's been cool. He'll leave beer in the garage for people because he has such a good relationship with, surprise, Miller Lite. So I would just, he could have been miserly. He didn't have to be a cool dude. So those stories are entertaining, and we're getting some other stories on the talk and text line. So Siding Unlimited, WTMJ. Talk and text line is 855-616-1620. If you'd rather chat, we're welcome to take your call. Love to connect with you. You can connect with me here up until 9 o'clock as we remember Uecker. And this is something special. We have a lot of teammates here at Good Karma Brands who have a lot of different skills. And, a lot of people find news on social media, so we make sure that we've got a good team. And Nate Rilling is part of our digital team. And to mark the 1-year anniversary of losing Bob Uecker, created this video. You can see it on our WTMJ YouTube live stream and on WTMJ.com, but it sounds great. So enjoy this memory of Uecker.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jeff Levering. To my right, entering his 10th year on the Brewers broadcast team, is Lane Grindle. And just to the right of Lane, a bouquet of flowers and a chair with Bob Uecker's name on the back. For the first time since the inaugural season in 1970, there will be a season without hearing Uecker's voice. The chair, just a symbol, but the weight of his loss is felt by everybody, not just in this booth or in the organization, but around the world. He was our mentor, but more importantly, he was our friend, and we miss him dearly. But he's always with each and every one of us in our hearts, every single day. But we'll do what you could want us to do, and that's talk Brewers baseball.
Back, here he comes, 1-2. Swing and a miss! Goodbye, Detroit! Hello, New York! Hi, Robbie Fingers!
There is no one who epitomizes a champion the way this man does right here. There is no one out here. What an example for us to be with every single day. Bob Uecker.
From American Family Field here in Milwaukee on an overcast and very windy afternoon, it's the Brewers and the St. Louis Cardinals in the 2022 home opener.
You never knew when he was going to show up, but when he showed up, man, was it special to see Bob.
No question. He was just, he lit up the room. Yeah, it's really hard to be without him, but he'll live on. He won't miss a pitch, I guarantee you.
I'm one of the guys. And the pitch. Hit in the air to right and deep. Get up! Get up! Get out of here! Gone for Garrett Mitchell. He just hit a walk-off out of here. And the Brewers have swept the New York Mets. Oh my! How do you top this one?
What a wonderful video to remember Bob Uecker. You can see it. Text Bob to watch that video created by Good Karma Brands teammate Nate Rilling. Text Bob to the Sighting Unlimited WTMJ Talk and Text line 855-616-1620. Text Bob, and you can enjoy that video and share it with others. It's just, there's some poetic moments in there that visually that supplement that all of those calls, and you hear Pat Murphy just genuinely. And they're in the locker room at that point celebrating, and the smile on Bob Uecker's face when Pat Murphy's just gushing and saying he's the real deal. He's the example of a champion, and really, truly baseball. It's nice to see that genuine connection. So text the word Bob to 855-616-1620, and that is the same number to share your own personal Bob Uecker memories and fun feelings about him. My question, when you think of Ueck, what moment instantly makes you smile and why? Go ahead and share. 855-616-1620. Theater kicking in. Big season here as we get into 2026. On-stage options for this weekend and an epic Broadway show coming to Milwaukee next week. Stay with me to find out all of those shows next on What's on Tap.
Start the new year right with Norwalk Furniture on sale now at Ken Michaels Furniture. Save 35% on showroom pieces that are ready for immediate delivery, or in just 35 days, you can create a look that reflects your unique style with over 850 fabric and leather options and comfort levels, from cuddling to extra firm support. Norwalk Furniture's American roots go back over 102 years. For better quality American-made upholstery, shop the Norwalk Upholstery Sale at any Ken Michaels Furniture locations in Greenfield, Brookfield, or downtown. Better days start with a better night's sleep on a mattress from Milwaukee Mattress and Ken Michaels Furniture. Handcrafted in Milwaukee, our mattresses are custom built to your needs. We have all the comfort and firmness options to give you your best night's rest. Buying direct from our factory showrooms will save you up to 50% compared to national brands. Shop today during our New Year's sale at Ken Michaels Furniture for over 75 years of uncompromising quality, local factory direct saving, and your best night's sleep.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care. They specialize in caring for those with early to late-stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms, and they offer early memory loss classes to help you. They specialize in this area. It's kindness at the core, locations throughout southeast Wisconsin. It's compassion, it's empathy. It's Wisconsin-based and family-owned, always welcoming people to come tour and welcome their new residents. I've seen their places. They're top-notch. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living.
Truth Nation, mark your calendars for Friday, February 20th, as we will be hosting our second annual Truth Community Awards, hosted by the legendary Home Blow and Bailey Cope. Tickets are on sale now. Visit 1017truthawards.com to learn more. The Truth Community Awards are sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, the Milwaukee Bucks, Gruber, Steinhoffels, Cousin Subs, and 3rd Street Market Hall. Come celebrate with us on Friday, February 20th at the Truth Community Awards from 5:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. Do not miss out on the best community awards event of the year.
What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx is back on WTMJ.
So many stage shows to choose from, including comedy. I'll tell you about some performances that are happening at the theaters, like plays and musicals, but sometimes you need to get your laugh on, and Bruce will be performing at the Milwaukee Improv. He's there tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday. If you want to see Bruce, part of the description is from cooking a mean barbecue to becoming an audience favorite. He is one of the best comedians in the game. Bruce in Brookfield at the Milwaukee Improv. Theater-wise, an epic show that I remember hearing about on one of my London trips. It's called the Lehman Trilogy, and it is now performing on stage at the Milwaukee Repertory Theater in their newly renovated Shakota Powerhouse Theater. And it's an epic play. And I mean, well, I'll tell you how long it is last, because you understand. Well, it's 3 hours and 40 minutes with 2 intermissions, because I remember my friend who went to see it in London, she was like, I might need to take a nap before I go. But it has to be this good if it's such a huge Tony Award winning hit. Epic play traces the 160 year of the Lehman family. They arrived as German immigrants in America, and they had their financial empire all the way to the 2008 crisis, the economic crisis. But the Lehman Brothers, this show, the Lehman Trilogy, is told by just 3 actors playing 50 different roles over nearly 4 hours. But again, you get the 2 intermissions, and but it's Tony Award winning. It is one of those, I think, bucket list shows to see, and it is playing now at the Milwaukee Repertory Theater through February 7th in the Powerhouse. And what else can you see on stage? Some fun 60s music at Firehouse Theater. Fireside Theater. It's called Beehive the Musical at Fireside Theater in Fort Atkinson, where you can get dinner and a show. It is a real experience. If you haven't been there, I highly recommend it. The dinner is served in a really cool supper club vibe, and then you're going to see theater in the round. Beehive is all about the 60s, the fashions, the movies, the moon landing, the music, and it really focuses on the powerful female voices of the 1960s. And you heard Son of a Preacher Man, My Boyfriend's Back is going to be part of it, but songs from Leslie Gore to Janis Joplin, the girl groups, the Shirelles, the Supremes, and some strong women, Aretha Franklin and Tina Turner. So a lot of fun to be had. Beehive the Musical opens this weekend at the Fireside, and that goes through February 22nd. And a play to see that is an emotional and particularly chosen by the artistic director of Renaissance Theater Works. It's called Cardboard Piano, and it's a play about a secret wedding in Uganda. And the themes are love and war and forgiveness, but it's one of those really impactful plays that Susan Faith, the artistic director at Renaissance Theater Works, wanted to make sure was on stage. And you can see it at the Next Act Theater, and it's on stage for a couple of weeks, but it's one of those, like, don't let it pass you by, because it's easy to go, oh, I'll get to that, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, wait a minute, I missed the run of the show, because they can just catch up to you. And another show to brace yourself for, because it's coming on Tuesday, and it is a bucket list show. If you haven't seen it yet, or if you want to, don't miss your shot.
I am not throwing away my shot. Hey, yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. I'ma get a scholarship.
Oh, yeah. Hamilton. Coming back to the Marcus Performing Arts Center Tuesday through February 1st. That is I know people who can sing every single word of every single song, and they're so catchy. They are stuck in my head. I'll get It Must Be Nice. It Must Be Nice. That will be stuck in my head. But it's such a great show, and I love that it's yet another way that art is used to preserve history and turn people on to, it's just not the dry dates and places and names. It is, and real life has all of the drama of Alexander Hamilton. So that's going to be fun. January 20th through February 1st at the Marcus Performing Arts Center. There's still tickets left. Don't miss out on Hamilton. So those are just some of your options on stage. And another on-stage option is Very, Wisconsin. Very Door County. The Fisherman's Daughters at the Rep Stackner Cabaret has just opened. You will meet the creator of the Fisherman's Daughters next on What's on Tap.
Marty's Pizza in Delafield has expanded its delivery zone. Yep, we're sending our heated oven delivery trucks out farther than ever and expanding our footprint. Check out martyspizza.net to find out if you're covered, and we'll send out one of our fleet ASAP to get you great pizza, subs, salads, or our Italian entrees. And for parties of 50 or more, heck, we'll deliver almost anywhere. Just give us a call, and we'll see how we can make it happen for your large group gathering.
Do you remember when times were good? Well, they're good again. It's as good today as it was Lisa.
Since 1956, the Adair name has stood for craftsmanship, honesty, and taking care of people the right way. I'm Austin Adair.
And I'm Chelsea.
My grandparents started this company with nothing but hard work and pride in every single job. My parents carried that legacy forward, and today, my wife and I are proud to continue it as third generation of Adair Floors and Remodeling. This isn't just a business to us. It is our family name, our reputation, and our promise to you. At Adair Floors and Remodeling, we help homeowners upgrade with confidence. Whether you need luxury vinyl plank, hardwood, carpet, tile, or a full remodel, our team handles everything from design to installation. Quality products, professional crews, clear communication, and results you'll love. That's what 3 generations have built and what we stand behind every single day. Visit Adair Floors and Remodeling today at our large showroom located in Franklin, or give us a call at 414-761-3660 for a free estimate. Adair Floors and Remodeling. 3 generations, 1 standard.
Are you worried about running out of money in retirement? Wondering about how to pay less taxes? Join me, Tony Drake, for the Retirement Ready Show live every Saturday at noon and Sunday at 7 a.m. on WTMJ 620 or 103.3 FM. We'll talk about smart strategies to help you retire with confidence. Don't miss it.
Drake & Associates LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates LLC does not provide legal or tax advice. Past performance is not indicative of future performance.
While you rest on the weekends, we work for you. Wisconsin's Weekend Morning News with Libby Collins. The latest in news.
Data centers need a power supply, so having a massive generator has been a growing part of their business.
Entertainment.
She's got a philosophy degree from Marquette University. She played Aunt Gladys in the movie Weapons.
And more.
Heartbreak after heartbreak after meltdown, and here we are again with another Packers early exit.
Every Sunday morning starting at 8 on WTMJ. Welcome back to What's on Tap on WTMJ.
I know the fisherman's story, a boat across the sea, cut a clearing.
I am thrilled to welcome our live in-studio guest to kick off the night. Joining me is Wisconsin playwright, guitarist, Katie Dahl. Katie, how are you?
I'm great, thank you.
I am so glad you are here.
Me too.
First of all, Katie is the creator of The Fisherman's Daughters. It is a play, a musical. We'll find out all about the plot, the music. You have brought your guitar, which I'm very excited about, and how Wisconsin itself has helped shape this story. So welcome to What's on Tap.
Well, thanks. I'm glad to be here.
So on your website, it was fun to get to know you through some research. So it's even more fun to get to meet you now in person. But on your website, it is singer-songwriter, playwright.
That's right.
So tell us about the play that you have written and how being a singer-songwriter has influenced that.
Yeah. So this musical that I wrote is called The Fisherman's Daughters, and I wrote the book, lyrics, and music. So I wrote everything. And it was the first time that I tried to do that. And I sort of put together my theater writing hat and my songwriting hat and made one big hat. Musical theater writing. The metaphor ends there. But yeah, I grew up visiting Northern Sky Theater in Door County, which is where I live now. And that theater has always had a really strong interconnection between the songwriter, like troubadour tradition, and the musical theater tradition. So although this show is very much a musical theater piece, it's a folky one. It's The Pit is the band Frogwater. It's a guitar and fiddle duo, and so it feels really rootsy and folky.
And what is the plot of The Fisherman's Daughters?
So it takes place in 1908 in Door County in Fish Creek, and it tells the inspired by a true story of two sisters who fight the state of Wisconsin's attempt to take away their house in order to create Peninsula State Park. So it is inspired by two real-life sisters who lived in a spot that the state of Wisconsin wanted to subsume into Peninsula State Park, which would have been the second state park in the state at the time. And they didn't want to leave. And so they fought it. And I really made it into it's sort of a love story between these two sisters who need to come back together in the face of this challenge that they have. But so it's both a sister musical and and the most fun eminent domain musical you ever did hear of.
So how did this idea come about?
Well, I had just finished the first musical I had written in 2012, and I was missing being in the room with a group of theatricians. So I started looking for other ideas, and I picked up a book of oral histories that takes place in Fish Creek called Fish Creek Voices. And they mentioned in this book not only the creation of the park, but also this pair of sisters who were sort of eccentric. And in particular, one of them was sort of known for like walking downtown in men's clothing and asking for a ride home, like walking a long way into town just to ask for a ride home. And it turned out that she and her sister were among those who were also tied into this story about the creation of the park. And so I thought, well, that is interesting. And I wrote in the margins of the book, Spinsters of Peninsula State Park, ? And that's where the idea came from.
That is so fun to dig into that history and find those unique stories, the peculiarities that just humanize all of us. We all have idiosyncrasies and the strangeness, and also sibling strife, a very common theme in families. And then also where what is the tragedy or what is the challenge that brings people together that might be estranged or not interested in connecting any other way except for, okay, if we join forces, we can do something good. And I also find it interesting the history of Wisconsin, because Peninsula State Park is so beloved. It's a paradise. It's a wonderful place to go bike and hike and enjoy nature. And to think that there would be any conflict in the creation of this beautiful space is surprising to me.
Well, I mean, it's like what we are considering as a country all the time, I think, is like, well, we could do this thing that maybe would be great for the collective long term, but there are these individuals with these individual, desires and claims and rights. And how do we balance those two things? So I'm so thrilled that they made the park, obviously. And I understand that these two sisters who were unmarried and had no jobs or ways of supporting themselves were not hot to trot on the idea of leaving behind their only home. So I really see both sides, and I think that's what makes it fun to examine.
Well, the one thing you can have as a woman in the early 1900s, where you didn't have a lot of rights or property or wealth.
Exactly.
So I certainly understand that attachment. She is Katie Dahl, creator of The Fisherman's Daughters, now on stage at Milwaukee Repertory Theater in the Stackner Cabaret.
That's right.
It's going to be fun. Perfect place for music. Katie has her guitar. We're going to hear some musical samples and more about the creation of this show next on What's on Tap.
Before you go looking for an area rug that you'll have to settle for because you think that the one you really want will be out of your budget, come to Design Exchange, where you'll find a formidable selection of Oriental, Persian, and other wool area rug choices at 25 to 70% off retail. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor on consignment at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
If you're trying to find really good, high-end, distinctive furniture, the kind they just don't make anymore, then come to Design Exchange. But you better get here quickly, because the best furniture we take in on consignment doesn't usually last long. It may be vintage, it may have once been out of your range, but now you'll find it's priced right. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value.
Design Exchange.
Dinner chaos? Not tonight. Not when you got Screamin' Sicilian Detroit-style pizza on the table. It's got a thick and airy crust, that crispy, caramelized edge, tons of toppings baked into perfection right in its own pan. Available in cheese. You got the pepperoni, the multi-meat. Supreme is fantastic, all delicious. Every bite brings a little peace and harmony to the table. It's Screamin' Sicilian Detroit-style. Dinner drama diffused. Find it in your local grocer's freezer section.
Day after day, year after year, the heavy lifting, the repetitive motion, and now your body feels it. Your back, your knees, your quality of life.
At Access Legal, we stand up for people worn down by work.
Workers' comp is our sole focus, and our team has recovered more than $35 million for Wisconsin workers. From sudden accidents to pain that builds over years of hard work, we're dedicated to fighting for the benefits you're entitled to. If you've been worn down by work, contact Access Legal for a risk-free consultation.
Search AXIS Legal today.
St. Anne's Center for Intergenerational Care switched from a previous vendor to business technology from James Imaging Systems. Why? CFO Sally Parente.
The service, the value, and the ease with which we can just keep using their service and not having any big headaches. It's not just all about the money. We're getting value here as well.
Robert Prang, CIO with Tri-City National Bank, likes the fact that James Imaging is local.
So being able to work with a local company like James that has that flexibility with their staff and being able to deliver for us has given us the ability to make the right decisions for our organization.
And Junior Achievement of Wisconsin VP of Enterprise Services, Lori Salzman, had this advice for others.
If anybody is looking for a good partner that is there to help find solutions, call James Imaging.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Visit jamesimaging.com.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ.
I know the fisherman's story, a boat across the sea. Cut a clearing, built a cabin, planted an apple tree. He learned how to fish from Doc and from Dory, took a wife at 33. She died at 40, left him 2 daughters, Nora and me. And Nora, always a smart one, took a job in Chicago. I stuck around. Now it's been 2 years that Papa's been gone. She went back to the city the very same day that we laid him in the ground. When we were the fisherman's daughters, we knew how the days would end. Light a candle in the window, guide him back home again. We knew how to pray he'd be safe on the water. We knew how to pace the floor. But now, Nora, I don't know if I should leave a light in the window for you anymore.
Beautiful. A sample of The Fisherman's Daughters, a brand new musical written and beautifully performed right there. Katie Dahl is the creator, Door County, and setting this musical in Door County. But Katie is also the lyricist, the book, the music, all of it. So just beautiful, and preserve some of that history of Wisconsin. And for those of us just joining in, how do you describe the play in one sentence as someone who's like, you wrote a musical about what?
It's about 2 sisters in 1908 who have to sort of come back together after a rift in order to save their house from the government, essentially.
Creating Peninsula State Park. Like I said, art can be such an interesting, engaging way to learn about history and just discover and rediscover where you live. And so I love that you were digging into history to find out these interesting facts to spark your based on a true story. But Katie, obviously, as a singer and songwriter, and music is in your soul and you're great at storytelling through it, how does music help tell a story the way words can't?
Well, I mean, I'm a great lover of words, and I sometimes forget how different words are with music behind them than, without music behind them, because I'm a reader and I'm a talker, as you can tell. But it's amazing what music is such a mystery. Like, you take the same words and you put music behind them, and they can be a wholly different, deep feeling. So, I mean, music is music is a miracle, so much so that I can't even talk about it articulately clearly.
Yeah, well, but that's just it, though. It evokes emotion and feeling that I would think, that words can't capture, and vice versa. You can sometimes describe something that you can't quite nail down with a chord.
Yes, it's good we have both.
And you're intertwining both of them. And why is it important to have Wisconsin as part of your story?
Well, it's just what I know. And I think a lot about the depth of my own life or the lives of people around me, and the way that would be flattened by someone reading about me 100 years from now. That, what they would know, the basic facts of my life, would so not express like the deep things I feel and the secrets that I have. And I think that is what's really interesting, is to take a look at history, particularly from this place that I live and where my grandmother grew up, and be like, what was life really like, in under the surface that wasn't even maybe talked about then, but certainly not known to me now.
She is playwright and musician and creator of the very Wisconsin musical The Fisherman's Daughters, on stage now through March 1st at the Milwaukee Reps Stackner Cabaret. A magic moment from rehearsals. Next on What's on Tap.
Start the new year right with Norwalk Furniture, on sale now at Ken Michaels Furniture. Save 35% on showroom pieces that are ready for immediate delivery, or in just 35 days, you can create a look that reflects your unique style with over 850 fabric and leather options and comfort levels, from cuddling to extra firm support. Norwalk Furniture's American roots go back over 102 years. For better quality American-made upholstery, shop the Norwalk Upholstery Sale at any Ken Michaels Furniture locations in Greenfield, Brookfield, or downtown. Better days start with a better night's sleep on a mattress from Milwaukee Mattress and Ken Michaels Furniture. Handcrafted in Milwaukee, our mattresses are custom built to your needs. We have all the comfort and firmness options to give you your best night's rest. Buying direct from our factory showrooms will save you up to 50% compared to national brands. Shop today during our New Year's sale at Ken Michaels Furniture for over 75 years of uncompromising quality, local factory direct saving, and your best night's sleep.
Recently, a seller that unfortunately ended up choosing another agent called me. She said she made a mistake, and what she was expressing to me sounded like she kind of was bullied into signing with him. Is it typical? Not always, but it will never happen when you hire a Century 21 Benefit Realty agent. I want our agents to be able to look in the mirror and say, I'd want to work with me, not because they're good at saying what you want to hear or offer the lowest commission, but because of trust. Because if you're not feeling that from your agent, that's a problem, and I don't want that. At 1.9% on the listing side of your sale, with our commission capped at $19,000, Century 21 Benefit Realty leads with a very fair and transparent commission structure with maximum marketing that can get your home sold fast and for the best price. And saving money matters, but working with someone who will tell you exactly what you need to know up front, that creates trust. And that matters too. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Kick off the new year with a smarter home and bigger savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. New windows to lock in the warmth, durable roofing, eye-catching siding, or a stunning bath makeover. Start the year off right and get $3,000 off your project. That's right, $3,000 back in your pocket during our New Year savings event. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. This deal won't last all winter. Exterior Pros and Baths. New year, new home, done right.
M.W. Marine. The 6th annual Hales Corners Hometown Boat Show is on now at M.W. Marine. Check out the newest fishing boats from Lund, Vexus, and Ranger, all powered by Mercury Outboards. Grab a gorgeous 2026 model or save big on remaining 2025 Mercury-powered boats with substantial rebates. Demand is high, so get to M.W. Marine today. Free parking and free admission. Don't miss the Hometown Boat Show at M.W. Marine, MWMarine.com.
This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx.
Thanks for hanging out with me on this Friday night. And The Fisherman's Daughters, the musical, is on stage now at the Milwaukee Reps Stackner Cabaret, and creator and Wisconsin woman Katie Dahl. She visited me last week with a preview of her musical, which is based on Door County history. Get to know Katie Dahl more right here. So it debuted at Northern Sky Theater in Door County, and now you get to see your musical on stage at the Milwaukee Repertory Theater at the Stackner. Have you been watching the rehearsals?
I sure have. I love being at rehearsals.
What's been something that's been a magic moment that you maybe hadn't noticed before, or is even more magical on this stage?
Well, it was so many things, and I will leave someone out. But so just to pick really just one, it's so cool to have Frogwater, the band, in the pit for this. This is the first time that they've worked with the piece, and actually it's a different configuration of the band than we've ever had in this show before, and it's really, really cool just to hear the sort of the vibe and the energy and the skill that they bring to the band. That's been really magical.
That's wonderful. And is there any other thing that you've seen so far that you were like, I never saw that moment before, or what an interesting turn that interpretation, that actor, or that moment is?
So many moments. And I mean, and the scenic design and the sound design and the props. But yeah, actors are magic. I don't know how they do what they do. Every 10 minutes, I'm stunned at some new moment that they discover for me in my script.
And that has to be exciting for you to see it come from your idea. And I know that you worked intimately with it to obviously get it to this state and the different drafts, but to see it come to life. And if someone comes to the Fisherman's Daughters who didn't grow up here or is a visitor, what do you hope they walk out feeling?
I hope that they feel the particular feeling that you feel when real life is shown to you. You know, like, I don't know, there's a way that theater heightens the deep feelings that we all have, and it's really miraculous to see them on stage, and it makes you have those feelings in yourself more deeply. So I hope that that's what happens to people who see it. And I hope they have fun.
How could they not?
Yeah.
How could they not? I'm sure you've crafted it that way. And my last question for you before I send you back out, do you have a sister?
I have a half sister.
Did that play into how you shaped these roles?
I have so many friends with sisters, and I also have a mom who, you know, like, I think that there's certain ways that all close relationships, particularly between women, can be, you know, and it was fun to explore what it might be like to have a full sister that I don't have one of, and what would that be? So
great place to explore that.
Yeah.
The Fisherman's Daughters, a musical by Katie Dahl, books, music, and lyrics on stage at the Milwaukee Repertory Theater's Stackner Cabaret. Good luck, best wishes, break a leg for the debut, and goes all the way through March 1st. So you'll be knowing that your show is on stage all the way through February and into March.
That's right.
And best way to get tickets?
MilwaukeeRep.com.
There you go. Katie Dahl, thank you so much. I look forward to visiting with you again and revisiting some of the music that you play that's not on theater stages.
Well, likewise. Thank you.
Katie Dahl, see her show, The Fisherman's Daughters, at the Milwaukee Rep Stackner Cabaret. Stay with us for more of What's on Tap.
It was 1957 when the legend of the great pizza found at Marty's Pizza began. In 1982, we took the show on the road and opened up in Delafield, where we're still alive and kicking. In fact, stronger than ever. And I think it's because good people know a great value, and they definitely know great pizza. Still made today with all the recipes Marty himself created. Hey, when you want what we think is the best pizza around and one of the best values in town, remember Marty's Pizza, right off of I-94 and Highway 83 in Delafield.
Marty's Pizza. Do you remember when times were good? Well, they're good again. It's as good today as it was in the past. It doesn't get any better than that. Remember Marty's Pizza.
My husband's an animal in bed.
Well, you know.
Not in the fun way. Think warthog. With a chainsaw.
Snoring and sleep apnea affect over 90 million people, and 1 out of 4 couples sleep in separate rooms. Advent can help. We've been Milwaukee's one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care under one roof. Advent's unique approach can help you breathe and sleep better, and many avoid a CPAP. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
Hey, the only animal you want in your bed is your dog.
Advent. Sleep better. Sleep together. Learn how you can improve your life at adventknows.com.
Get the beat of the Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend.
Welcome to the fantastic voyage. Marcus Johnson, the captain of this vessel.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production.
My first mate, Chris Johnson, the only father and son tandem.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. This week on the pod, Marcus and Chris talk to co-host of the Dunker Spot podcast, Steve Jones. Find Here District now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast. Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guest, Capital Heating and Cooling. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. And at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ. What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx is back on WTMJ.
Having been born and raised here, played here with the Braves, and then to be a part of the Brewers broadcast team for all of these years, and to be associated with all of you who come to the park each and every night and have been doing it since the team arrived. Thank you very much, and thank you for tuning in to our broadcast each and every day.
The legendary Bob Uecker from the closing of County Stadium on that one. So many landmark moments in his life and so many laughable moments and meaningful moments that he gave us throughout his career. Why am I sharing that audio with you? Because January 16th, 2025 is when Bob Uecker passed away. It's the 1-year mark. So I've been spending a lot of time here on What's on Tap to celebrate the life of Bob Uecker and give a reason for us to connect and share some of those happier memories. It's been fun to check out the Sighting Unlimited WTMJ Talk and Text line, 855-616-1620. I still welcome your memories before 9 o'clock. When you think of Bob Uecker and you smile, why are you smiling? What is it? What story is it? What moment in pop culture is it? I was talking earlier about you can stream Major League. It's streaming on Paramount Plus, and you can watch Mr. Belvedere all 6 seasons for free on YouTube. But you really want to get to know Bob Uecker. He wrote an autobiography in the 80s called Catcher in the Rye, spelled W-R-Y, get it? A pun on Catcher in the Rye, the classic novel. But Uecker, his autobiography is called Catcher in the Rye, Outrageous but True Stories of Baseball. Of course they are. So look up that book. Maybe it's on your shelf, or maybe you can borrow it from the library, or pick one up shopping. But get to know and reconnect with the epic life, the life well lived of Bob Uecker. And we're thinking of him fondly. Share your memories. And here at WTMJ, we put together a tribute video that sounds great as well. If you'd like to see this video, you can text the word Bob, B-O-B, to 855-616-1620. This is what it sounds like, and it sounds great, and it looks even better.
Having been born and raised here,
hi, everybody. I'm Jeff Levering. To my right, entering his 10th year on the Brewers broadcast team, is Lane Grindle. And just to the right of Lane, a bouquet of flowers and a chair with Bob Uecker's name on the back. For the first time since the inaugural season in 1970, there will be a season without hearing Ueck's voice. The chair, just a symbol, but the weight of his loss is felt by everybody, not just in this booth or in the organization, but around the world. He was our mentor, but more importantly, he was our friend, and we miss him dearly. But he's always with each and every one of us in our hearts, every single day. day. But we'll do what you could want us to do, and that's talk Brewers baseball.
Is back. Here he comes. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Goodbye, Detroit. Hello, New York. Hi, Robbie Fingers.
There is no one who epitomizes a champion the way this man does right here. There is no one out here. What an example for us to be with every single day. Bob Uecker.
From American Family Field here in Milwaukee on an overcast and very windy afternoon, it's the Brewers and the St. Louis Cardinals in the 2022 home opener.
You never knew when he was going to show up, but when he showed up, man, was it special to see Bob.
No question. You know, he lit up the room. Yeah, it's really hard to be without him, but he'll live on. He won't miss a pitch, I guarantee you.
I'm one of the guys. And the pitch. Hit in the air, right and deep. Get up! Get up! Get out of here! Gone for Garrett Mitchell. He just hit a walk-off out of here. And the Brewers have swept the New York Mets. Oh my. How do you top this one?
A truly meaningful, magical video created by Good Karma Brand's teammate Nate Rilling. You can see that video. All you do is text the word Bob to the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line. Text Bob to 855-616-1620. You can also just go right to WTMJ.com. You can see it there as well. But be glad to text you that link so you can watch it on your smartphone. That's 855-616-1620. Text Bob to the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line 855-616-1620. Somebody was trying to text in Uecker earlier, and it was not how Bob Uecker spells his last name. But in hearing that, I hear a couple of things. It's wonderful to just hear how much warmth and respect and love that manager Pat Murphy has always had for Bob Uecker when he's describing him as the, exceptional and champion and example of championship in the locker room during the celebration. And Bob Uecker's just grinning ear to ear. And you can just hear that warmth. But it cracks me up hearing Bob Uecker say, I'm just one of the guys. Because that is the story you hear repeatedly, that he was down to earth, cool, talked to everybody, talked to anybody, had a genuine interest in whether it was a minor league player coming up for spring training or Bud Selig. Like, he could talk to anybody and everybody. Obviously good friends with Robin Yount and with Christian Yelich. But for him to say he's just one of the guys is still funny to me, though, because, no, he's exceptional. He was incredibly sharp-witted, so sharp that way back in the 70s, Johnny Carson was like, oh my gosh, you have to be on my show. Like, I wasn't a comedian. He was a broadcaster and a baseball player. So, he wasn't, but you know what I mean? He wasn't a stand-up comedian. So for Johnny Carson to say, you've got to come back, and for Bob Uecker to have been on Carson 100 times. No, he had a sharp mind and a funny as heck mind, and also knew baseball inside and out, and the nuances and the funny stories. So it is funny. It's true, but it isn't true. He's just one of the guys, yet he's one of the most exceptional talents ever to come out of Milwaukee. So celebrating Bob Uecker, it's a great chance to indulge in some of your favorite Bob Uecker things, whether it's baseball, whether it's looking up some videos on YouTube or watching Major League again. But use the memory of Bob to inspire you to, I guess, live your best life. And I will tell you, you want to get some closeness and some inspiration. Manager Pat Murphy, I got to go to an evening with Pat Murphy last night in Brookfield at Wilson Center for the Arts. And maybe you've heard about this, but he's doing this short tour around Wisconsin where it's just him, and sportscaster Lance Allen is on stage with him asking questions. And Pat Murphy is just a wealth of funny stories about pranks being pulled on other people, but he is also a wealth of information about baseball knowledge and insights, and his compassionate approach to coaching all of these athletes and his respect that he has for people all across the league and how well he works with Matt Arnold. So if you have a chance, look up An Evening with Pat Murphy. He's going to be in Eau Claire on Sunday at the Pablo Center at the Confluence, Monday in Wausau at the Grand Theater, and Tuesday in Green Bay at the Epic Center. It really is special to be able to hear Pat Murphy talk, and then for the Q&A session, how fun he is with people. Hey, what's your name? Rory. You 10 years old? No, I'm going to turn 9. Oh, well, you've got some growing to do. You know, just you want to talk about, again, just one of the guys. Pat Murphy exudes that. So he's somebody you want to cheer for. So already looking forward to baseball season. Thank you very, very much for hanging out with me on What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. You can always catch up on the podcast at WTMJ.com or wherever you get your podcasts. And make sure you tune in to What's on Tap this weekend, Sunday at 1.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Hi,